Let's jam this morning. Let's jam. Yeah, I used to stream at 6 in the morning, Ananas. I used to stream at 6 in the morning, dude. And then I moved it to 7 in like 2020, 2021. And then I moved it to 8 in like 2022. Because I realized it was just too early. Hey, what took you so long, Slurp? Are you ready to have some fun or what? It's April 1st, 2026 at 9:16 a.m. and slot A's high rule. Wow, that's all very accurate. Ready to get rolling? Actually, there's a new setting to play with. There's a new setting to play with here from the update from good old Cuyler. We can change the clock to the Animal Crossing 64 version. Let's do wooden. I think we can switch to the Animal Crossing 64 clock here. All right, let's go. Who are you? I'm Hylian. I'm just joshing you. How do they know? 6 o'clock was nice during my early work from home days, but 8 is so much more reasonable. So the reason I chose 6 in the morning was because of my job. So Wizard Impaler, everything you just saw that I was showing you, I was working full time during. All right.
You chat.
So like, to be clear, the reason I was streaming at 6 in the morning, because this was my schedule, everybody. Here was my schedule every day. It was, I'd wake up at like basically 6 o'clock. I'd go live like 5:15, 5:45. I'd go live on Twitch. I'd stream until 10. I worked 10 minutes away from my job. So I'd end my stream at 10. I'd walk to work. My job started at 10:30. I would work from 10:30 to 6:30 most days, sometimes until 8:30. Then I would get back home and I would go back live again from around 7 or so until about 11 at night. And this really started around week 2 or 3. Up until then, everything was I didn't have a schedule figured out. But once I figured my schedule out about around week 2 or 3 of streaming, I was doing this every day. I would do double streams on Thursday. I would do night streams on Friday and Saturday, and I would do morning streams Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I took off Sundays. It was something like that. Either way, there was like 4 morning streams a day, 3 night streams a week, 4 morning streams a week, and there was 1 layover day. And I also was working 40, 50 hours a week at the time. I was hustling. So yeah, like, I had to stream at 6 in the morning, but once I got the freedom and I became a full-time creator, I was able to break away from that. And I was able to like start choosing my schedule a little bit more pointedly, right? All right, we got our Almanite here. Oh, there's a new update where now the letters aren't empty when you sell them or something like that. There was a bunch of updates to Animal Crossing Deluxe that I haven't checked out for the past couple months. The last one was on the 5th of this past month. Nice. Yo, thank you so much, Samantha, for 4. How you doing today? I appreciate you. You know, one of my goals for this week here. One of my goals for this week is to also help further introduce some of you that are maybe newer around here to some of the stuff that we've gotten into over the past couple years. You know, it's always fun to celebrate the longevity of some of you visiting, but I also really enjoy celebrating newer viewers as well, and viewers that are brand new to the community. Maybe you've only been here for a couple weeks, a couple months, maybe only a couple years. And this is an opportunity for you to kind of get hip to some of the memes and some of the games and some of the vibes of the past. My brain despises mornings. Yeah, you're not alone there, I'm sure. Yo, what up, Epic Mimikyu? Thank you for 62 months, dude. Thank you, Runic Dave, for 3 months as well. I appreciate you, Runic. Thank you again, Princess Shrew, for tier 2. Miss Shrubington, if you're still out there, talk about one of my OGs out there. You know, we said it this morning. This community's foundation was built on the idea of waking up in the morning and jumping into a Twitch chat and getting a good morning from somebody, getting a hello from somebody, and really building that sense of community, man. And it's pretty special, dude. So Princess Shroob, I wouldn't be here without you, homie. Thank you so much. Guess what? I have great news. We've decided to give you your inheritance early. You're rich. Ha! April Fool's Day, dear. No bells for you. Wow, thanks, Mom. Is there somebody that's been following you since the first streams? Yeah. There's Boderham, aka Molded Sandwich, aka Slippy Slope, is still around. I put my all into weaving this snowman carpet for you. Thanks for making me so handsome. You're the icest person I know. And that's no joke. Oh man. Nice. We got a snowman furniture before the season change. Snowman carpet. And Margie moved. I know this is sudden, but I had to leave the village. I don't know where I'm headed, but don't worry. I'll get by somehow. Thanks for all you've done for me, Margie. All right, we gotta save some letters. So let's go to the post office. My cat's meowing. Oh, speaking of, Midna's doing really well. Oh, I should have said her name. She might. Oh, there she is. What's up, baby? It's her first ever stream interruption. How about that? She's never came in here during stream yet. Oh, now she's gonna keep meowing for me for pets, and I'm not gonna be able to give them to her. Now that I've opened up the can of Pringles here, and she ain't gonna want to stop. What I'll try to do is, in my free time this week, I'll try to set up a second camera to have it handy for y'all, so that we can show her on the ground here. All right, I'll do that for y'all. It wouldn't be too hard to do that. Just like to have one like staged, just in case. I can't do anything for y'all right now. I'm sorry. I don't have anything. I don't have anything set up. But I just...
Thanks to it, Didis Maximus, for my sub gift.
Aw, thank you, Starling. What's up? Didius is a legend. Thank you, Starling, dude. What's up? Aw, she wants all the pets. She wants all the pets. You're such a sweetie. Why aren't you in bed? You doing okay? She's been staying up a little later because my schedule's been a little bit messy. So I kind of messed up her schedule a little bit. And I think I can tell she's been awake a little bit more. She's also just not as exhausted, right? She's not sleeping all day because she's not as stressed out and exhausted. She's finally recovering. And I think that's a big part of it. I really do. I don't think she's just not as tired. It is chilly. Yes, it is cold. Yeah, I know. And I don't, man, I should probably go turn the heat on for her. I'm going to go do that really quick. I'll be right back, chat. Well, you know what? I'll wait until she leaves the room and then I'll do it so I don't scare her. Because when I get up, she's still afraid of feet. Yeah, I should probably go turn the heat on for her. I had it off because I didn't need it, but it has gotten a lot colder since yesterday. It was 78 degrees yesterday. Yeah, 78 degrees yesterday. Yeah, so I probably should turn the heat back on for her. Did you pick a name yet? No, I've been kind of just using the name Midna for her. And I call her B a little bit because I just think it's cute, for short for Beatrice. I got her one of these and I tested it out for the first time yesterday. And it's a cat brush and she loves it. So we've been bonding with this. We've been bonding a little bit with this brush. And she loves it because she unfortunately has real dry skin. She has bad dander. Her coat is like pretty dandered out. So there's solutions you can do for that though. Like we can get her some proper diet to help her coat out a little bit. So I can tell she's been loving this because I think her skin's like a little drier than she would like. Oh, she did the flop on her side. I can't stop petting her now, dude. Oh my gosh. maybe a little olive oil, coconut oil. So you can do like fish oil apparently. You can mix in like a little bit of fish oil and it helps with their coat, something like that, salmon oil or something. Okay, babies. All right, let's save some letters. Boom, boom. Wait, what? What did I just miss? Can somebody clip this? Can somebody just clip what she said? What did she say about April Fools? Wait, can we get that clip real quick? What did she say? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. It was like a special dialogue. Oh, there's a letter in here. I skipped through the text really fast, so we might not even be able to read it on... We have to go through on slow-mo. All right, let's save some letters real quick. What is this? Wait till she jumps on your desk. I know. Eventually she's gonna likely do that. She is starting to get comfortable with jumping around and stuff. Right now, she just really likes to be near me. So, like, generally, if she hears me, like, doing my thing in, like, a room on a phone or something like that, she likes to just, like, sit in the room and just, like, hang out near me. She's not always trying to get pets. She is, like, completely content just hanging out, like, near me as well. Yeah, there is an April Fool's event in Pokopia. Thank you so much for the clip, random dude. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you doing that. Let's see what the heck she said. Thank you, Nerdy Nurse. Okay, she said something about her and Pete. What the heck? Tonight, Pete and I finally get to go out on our first date. I wonder what I should wear. You don't suppose he's going to wear his postal uniform, do you? If only we were going on a date. If only we were really going on a date. I guess I'm just an April Fool. Oh, no! Pete, dude, you need to step your game up, you idiot. Why are you going after Phyllis? So if you guys don't know, there's a love triangle. So Pete loves Phyllis, but Pelly loves Pete. For some reason, Pete loves Phyllis, but Pelly loves Pete. So Pete keeps ignoring Pelly, even though Phyllis is like the B word. So he's like, so everyone's confused why he likes her. It's like a whole thing. It's a love triangle. Thank you for helping out. I appreciate you, Abby. Were you given any details about her past? She was a surrender, and oh my gosh, it's the first week of April. We have cherry blossoms. Oh, so she was a surrender, and I did have one of the volunteers tell me that they're pretty sure that her original owner might have passed away, which explains why she had such sad eyes when we first met her. But there's not a ton of confirmation on that. I don't know for sure, but that's all we know about her history. CD player. Okay. Yeah, she's doing really well, though. I'm just still working through trying to get her to eat regularly. And I got a hold of the Pound, and I got more information about their feeding cycle. Plus, my buddy works there. So I got a bunch of information and advice from the APL, and then, or from like the kennel, and then they told me that she's doing well from the sounds of it, and that she's just eating when she's hungry, which is perfect. The fact that she's eating when she's hungry, like that's all that matters. Like, she doesn't necessarily need to eat a strict diet. It's like if she's eating when she's hungry, then it's good. So I learned a bunch about like what I'm going to be doing, you know, with her. And then my buddy Ray is also like a cat dad, and he knows a lot, and he's also adopted 2 cats. So I sent a message to him and corroborated information with him and the pound, and their information was almost 100% exact to each other. It was crazy. And then he gave me some advice on like types of food and stuff. And so we're doing well. And I'm going to slowly transition her away from one type of wet food to another, I think, if she'll take to it. Otherwise, I built her cat tree and we're incorporating that. I got to pick up some dry catnip. I keep forgetting. What other quick updates do I have for y'all? Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. She's doing really well. She's not quite a fan of the wet food that I have in the house right now, which is why I have some more coming. So, because I do want her to eat a little wet every day if I can, just a little. But yeah, everything's good. Everything's going really well. She's a loudmouth this morning. She was walking around my room all morning, just all morning. I'm trying to get ready for work, and she's just walking around. It was funny. She's a little loudmouth for sure. Oh, she heard me. Now she's meowing. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Midna. That's right. Does she have her own bed? Yeah, she has a cat bed. She hasn't taken to it yet, which the dry catnip will really help. And then will help with that, I'm sure. She has her cat tower now that has a little bed in it as well. And then she has a couple of hiding spots and comfy spots. I try to create like a couple little habitats for her, you know? Yeah, exactly, Officer Jennifer. The edit that Raina did of Midna killed me. Wait, which one? Which one? I'm not sure. I'm sure. I think I've seen it.
Good morning. H-Day Cozy super huge lurker, but always love the vibes.
Pet pics? Okay, I'm going. I might not have seen it if it was yesterday, because I did avoid computer stuff yesterday. Oh, nice. This is perfect. This is great. This is great, dude. This is great. Hold on. Look. 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 This is absolutely amazing. This is the most amazing thing ever, dude. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. This is so good. I'm going to send this to my homies. They're going to love it. That is too good. That is too good. Don't I have a light in here I could turn on? There we go. I couldn't figure out what button it was for a second. Yeah, Z is up on the D-pad for me, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why I have it on that, but it works. Oh, I see. I see what I did. Okay. Okay, I see why I did that. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, weird. I don't remember setting up the controller this way, but it's fine for now. Congrats on the 7 years. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So we have like beautiful storage now, so I don't have to. Yeah, we have a beautiful storage. So we could just throw stuff in here. Bum, 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 bum. Do, 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 do. What is this here? Massage bed? Dab? All right, we're going to sell this stuff. All right, we haven't played our deluxe save for about a week or two. Oh, you know, let me go ahead and... Squirtle, 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 squirtle. go and turn the heat on real quick for her.
Happy wide nest day fam H day wiggle.
Yo, what up, Allie Mac? Coming in for 57. Let's get some HDES wiggles in the chat. Thank you again, Mandy Bear. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to quickly just go turn the heat on real quick for her. Give me just a second, chat. You're okay. Yeah, she's still a little skittish baby around feet. So she is like not running away from me as much, which is awesome when I get up, but I'm also learning how to step with like a little bit more patience for her. Like when I get up or something, I don't like move too erratically. I'm trying to learn how to not move too erratically so she can be more comfortable. What's up, Derwin? Are you pissing somebody off? Who'd you piss off? Tad?
Wait a minute. Are you Hylian? Oh, I was just thinking about how I haven't seen you all that lately. Do you have trouble waking up too? What's up, Dirt?
What's up, man? Can I help? Since you insist, could you possibly get my organizer back? Tabby ought to have it, but I don't know that I could trust someone like that to return it to me, you know? Can you go ask about it and maybe get it back for me? Yeah, leave it to me. All right, we'll go do that job real quick. Let's chat with him and see how he's doing today. Oh, Hylian, your rooftop was getting dirty, so I painted it for you. Let's see, I'm trying to remember what color I used. Oh, that's right, I painted it snow white, so now it's like winter all the time. At least on your roof, that's your favorite color, right? Oh, it's not your favorite? Oh well, I'm sure you're gonna grow to love it. So funny enough, because I'm still in the acre, it's not changed yet. So what happens if I walk in and out? Like that's weird. I've never had them say that when I was so close to my house. Okay, white roof now. Cool. Wow, Tad just is going through it this morning. Aquarius horoscope. No such thing as lazy. This week, you cool cat. April Fool's is coming. Get your pranks ready. Don't make it too mean, okay? My sis and I are gullible. Just kidding. I'm actually looking forward to it. Spring Sports Fair. Cherry Blossom Festival. Join us April 5th to 7th for the annual Cherry Blossom Festival. Later this week. Sports Fair. All right, and then we might have a new villager here as well. Yay or nay on the Mario movie? I'm gonna go see the Mario movie myself, or I won't go see it. I'll watch it when it hits streaming. Just because I'm a fan of Mario, and like I watched the first on streaming, and we'll probably watch it together. We said we'll do a movie night. I heard that it's not reviewing too well or something like that, but I don't really care. We'll watch it anyways. We'll do a movie night once it hits streaming services after a couple weeks. Today it premieres. I think it premieres Thursday, or I don't know. I think it comes out officially tomorrow. So today, I guess the reviewers are the ones seeing it early. I don't know how that works. It's out now. Okay, it came out today. All right, what are we doing with this? Okay, fossils that need to be sold. Perfect. We'll find one more fossil. We got some stuff to sell to Tom Nook. All right, let's go say good morning to Tangy. And let's go see if somebody new moved in. Ooh, Ooh, Chevra's new. Chevra's new. We have a new goat. Yeah, Chevra just moved in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep. Oh, she said hi to me. Hey, good morning. Oops, sorry. I just felt like shouting your name. Good morning. Hey, did you want something or what? Reor. Need anything? Actually, Camofrog still hasn't returned my sweet Pokemon Pikachu, and I totally need it back. Don't you hate it when someone borrows something of yours but never returns it? It really steams my broccoli. If you know how I feel, then please help me out. Consider it done. Yo, good morning, gamer lady. Hope you're feeling good today, Kerbu. Welcome to the show. It's very important to recycle. You can't throw something away just because you don't need it anymore. I see that you're not using your massage bed. So why don't I just take that off your hands? I'll even give you a gold screen wall. Sure. Nice trade. I know, I love her Angie face. I always like trading so much more than going shopping. Yeah, me too. I'm a barterer and a trader for sure. My boyfriend's a Mario fanatic. He wants to see it, but the closest theater is over 2 hours away. That sucks. Yeah, it'll hit streaming within a month or so. That's what they did last time. It hit Peacock after about a month, and then we watched it on stream. So if they can wait. They have guts to release it on April Fools. Apparently it's not reviewing well. I don't know why. I wonder why people are picking it apart. You know, it's probably just... like, I'm sure the kids are gonna love it type vibes. Like, I think that Minecraft movie got reviewed badly, but the kids loved it, you know what I mean? So it's probably just one of those situations where the kids are having a blast, but the reviewers are like, this stinks. All right, where's my trash? Where's the trash place at? Let's go look for some loot. Ooh, treasures. Polka parasol and fine painting. Whoa! A painting from the trash? What? That's insane. That's mega insane. That gives me an idea for ACHD. A daily, like, dump command, and you can find random loot from the trash. That gives me an idea for ACHD, actually. Oh, you like my shop? Yeah, look at it's Nookington's. It's the full place. Let's go in. You can see Tom Nook in a suit. Welcome. Do come in. Have a look around. Feel free to browse, but try not to carouse. Oh. Okay, buddy. I didn't know we were fancy living. Oh, we're fancy living. Yo, thank you again, Allie Mac. I hope you've been well, man. And thank you, Mandy Bear, again as well. Hope y'all are feeling all right today. Timmy and Tommy's out here vibing. Look at him. The Nook Clock, the Nook Clock. Yes, dude, the original Nook Clock. Just a different color. It is like the Kit Kat clock. Yeah, I guess maybe he's saying don't loiter, but in his own way. You know, he's just being a weirdo, saying don't loiter, but like in his own weird way. Yeah, no partying in the store. Too late, Tom Nook. I brought a kegger in. We're doing keg stands. Got him. Let me tell you, the first graders absolutely live for la 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 lava chicken. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, whatever the reviewers say doesn't matter. Good morning. Hey, Hylian, it's been a long time, huh, Nutmeg? So you must have had some reason for coming to see me. Yeah, entertain me. Hylian, would you like to play a game? I've got some cards in my pocket with prices for some things I own. I'll pull out one of the cards, and then you'll buy the item written on the card for that price. There's no item over 3,000 bells. All right, let's go. You like living on the edge. Let's go. First item. It's a Caladium. I'll hand this over. All right. Nice. All right, let's see what the price is. Oh, we got waxed. Oh. Take that down by 1,000 and that would have been a deal. Wasn't that exciting? We should do this again sometime. Dump, you found a Van Gogh masterpiece and a shitty tire. Cozy understands what I'm trying to cook over here. I'm supposed to receive the 3rd book of a trilogy I love today, but the book was supposed to release on the 7th only. Oh, so wait, you're getting it early? All right, we want to get our money rock for sure. We want to get our money rock for sure. Yo, good morning, fancy mom. Welcome in here, everybody. Welcome in. We're starting off our celebrations today, dude. Why am I digging up holes not on the grid? Was there an update that changes how the grid works? What the heck? Yeah, what is going on? This is weird. I swear there might have been an update that changed something. This is not how I remember how holes work in this game. Yeah, like look, the holes are like not straight. Like he must have done an update. April Fool's update. No, the last update was on the 5th of March. I just haven't read all of the update. Let's go read about it, or the updates real briefly. Yeah, just super briefly here. I can skim some of these updates. Let's see. All right. Clovers now spawn outside of winter. Rafflesia can spawn now. 5 new Wild World single piece fossils have been backported. Oh, wow. The NES emulator now has multiple video modes. Mabel's info dialogue will tell the player about dropping designs. Spoiled turnips have unique drop sprite. Yada, yada, yada. Watered flowers now have a shine effect. The players now close their eyes and has a slight open mouth when watering the flowers. Cute. Gulliver will no longer appear inside if you go inside disappear if you go inside of a building. Yada, yada, yada. It must have been this February update. Something to do with holes. I'm just skimming, but mushrooming season has been upgraded. Ooh, mushrooming season has been upgraded, dude. No way. Best friend dialogue's been added. Villager shirts are now cast. I highly recommend disabling emulate disc speed if you play on Dolphin. Okay, I'll look into that. Yeah, I don't know. Through my quick skim, I can't find anything that says anything about digging holes, but it's obviously something with this game. You know, I've been playing Animal Crossing my whole life. So when something is happening that doesn't normally happen, it's very easy for me to tell, you know, and it's like, obviously this is something to do with Deluxe Edition. It's hard for me to tell what, you know? Yo, thank you, Kakari, for 2 years. I am playing on emulator, yes, so... Whoa, the whole clip. Okay, so I forgot that I can change the camera for a second. So yeah, so what we're playing here, this is called Animal Crossing Deluxe Edition. Exclamation point Deluxe will tell you more about it. This is a fan-made version of Animal Crossing GameCube. And you don't have to play on emulator. You can also play on original hardware or on your Wii if you have the means to play on your Wii. But so yeah, you have the choice. You don't have to play on emulator if you don't want. I am, however, but that's beside the point. I've watched you play. I guess I never realized. Well, I've played a lot of different versions of Animal Crossing GameCube. So just to be clear, sometimes I play Animal Crossing GameCube on original hardware, which I almost busted out that save file today. I thought about it. I thought pretty hard about busting out my original save file and pulling out the GameCube today, but I opted not to. So yeah, just throwing that out there, just in case there's no confusion. You know, I do play off my GameCube occasionally. So I have AC for GameCube. If I got this mod, would it ruin the disc? No. If you wanted to mod this game on your GameCube, you would need a modded GameCube with the ability to play things from an SD card. So no, you wouldn't even have the option to play this on your GameCube without a modded GameCube. You could also use a modded Wii to play this, but again, that has nothing to do with the physical copy of the game. Like, you need to be, to answer your question, no, it will not ruin the disc. Yes, I'm pretty sure you can use your original version of the game to run this mod, but now we're getting into the weeds. So all you need to know is that no, it won't ruin anything. But if you wanted to play this on your GameCube, you need a modded GameCube. And if you wanted to play this on your Wii, you need a modded Wii. So let's just start there. Period. Right? Otherwise, you're using the Dolphin emulator. Oh, is that Discord link dead? That's okay. We can replace it with a new one at some point. Who's that? Could it be Hylian? It is. I totally made the right decision getting up early. It's been 6 weeks, you know. What have you been doing all this time? Do re mi? Yo, talk to me. Hylian, how'd you like to own something amazing and rare for my private collection? I guarantee that you've never seen one of these at the store. I had to order mine special. Before I show it to you, I want to know that you're serious about the purchase. It looks like you got 7,958 bells on you. That ought to be enough. What do you think? No thanks. Oh, you don't want it? I guess I can see how you wouldn't want to pay that much bells without knowing what you're getting. How disappointing, but I'll get over it. Yeah, you're trying to scam me. Speaking of, we better take this painting out of our inventory before we get scammed for that. You know how this game works. You know they're out here trying to scam me. Hey, what's up? I think maybe it's been about 6 weeks since I last saw you, Juicy. During that time, a whole lot of nothing's changed for me. That kind of bites. Yeah, so what do you need from me? You need any help? I have this guest coming over soon, but I don't have everything I need to cook a tasty dinner. I'm short precisely one fish. I don't know what to do. If I go out to catch a fish, my buddy might roll by while I'm gone. You see what I mean? Oh man, what a mess. I don't know what to do, Juicy crud. All right, let's go get homie a fish. Pokepia's looking different. If someone called me Juicy, I would crash out. Yo, what up, Juicy? Here's Tabby for my first job today. Thank you, Minty Mont, for the 7-year congratulations. Great morning to you. I was just thinking that it was about time you showed up at my door. By any chance, were you a bit worried about little old me? What? You weren't? Jeepers. So what's up? Yo, I'm picking up. Actually, Robin just came by and just took that organizer from me with no explanation. Yep, can you believe that? I've totally been begging to get it back, but no dice. What's a girl to do, huh? I know, you can go get it. Totally, that's the greatest idea ever. Yep. I'm just out here to do your work for you. Thanks. All right, I think Robin's home, but she probably just woke up. So she's gonna be a B word. All right, let's go see. Oh, highly, and it feels as though it's been ages. I was sure you'd forgotten about poor me. Well, I must know what drove you to seek me out today. Oh, never mind. She wasn't a B word. I totally thought she was gonna be. Yo, I'm picking up. I never meant to keep it for so long. With my busy social schedule, I just never had a chance to return it. All right. All right, sick. First job done. Now we need to go find Camo Frog. Who do we need to find for Tangy? I don't remember. Yeah, the cherry blossom trees. I'm living for these trees right now. Bam, 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 bam. Weird. Now the holes are back to being regular again. Maybe that was like a weird bug. All right, let's cut this tree down and see if we can get a special stump again. What are the ethics of a bird keeping a pet bird? We've had that conversation on stream before, and well, I don't think it's too good for Robin. Let's just say that. All right, no fancy stump yet. We've been striking out on the special stumps. Let's try again. Wait, I'm supposed to plant it. Oops. Yeah, they're not offset anymore. They were offset before, but they're back to being regular again. I'm not sure what's up with that. Yeah, they're good now. It was like that, just that one area. It was real weird. I don't know if it was a bug or maybe it's because my camera was panned or something. But yeah, it could have been my camera. Maybe we were just confused. I swear it was messed up for a second. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. People forget Robin's last name is Banks. Oh my gosh. Robin Banks. Bum 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 bum. All right, let's go drop some stuff off at the museum. We got a lot to do today this morning in game. It's nice playing this game and relaxing with y'all here. Celebrating 7 years of streaming with the game that started it all for my channel, basically. Couldn't be better, to be honest. All right, we do have to go meet Chevra. Is this her house? Let's go say good morning to her. She just moved in. Oh, she's not home. She's already around town, huh? Yo, thank you, Atlantic Chaos. Highly, and I have splendid news today. Someone in town just donated a fossilized alien life form. Yes, it's the greatest discovery of all time. I believe it's from a planet called April Fool. Unbelievable. Get this dude out of here. Do I still got the slow fade on? I do. We still got that mega slow fade on. Oops. Yo, thank you, Minty, for the gifted. Thank you, Kakari, for 2 years, by the way. Thank you again. Ooh, Zwalk? Oh my good gracious. Well, awfully nice to see you. Well, by the by, might there be something with which I can assist you? Yeah, donate this new painting. Sneaky Golem. Hooty-hoo, I say. So, this is that fine painting I've been hearing so much about. We meet at last. The original in all of its glory. I've only seen reproductions up until now, and I must say, it's always struck my craw. What did he say? Struck my craw? I don't know. Words fail me truly. I suppose all one can honestly say is that it's a fine painting. You have our profound and deepest gratitude. All right, do we have a dab already donated? I think we do. Yes, it's Leaf today. All right, it would be an ocean fish, yeah? No, maybe it's not an ocean fish in this game. I don't think I have a dab donated. All right, let's go donate it. And then we'll check these ladybugs and this butterfly as well. Aw, she's being such a sweetie. She hasn't been this active during my stream or in my stream room ever. But we did spend a lot of time bonding the past couple days, so maybe she just got super comfortable. This is her first ever stream appearance, even though she's not appearing on stream for y'all at the moment. Alright, there's the ladybug. That's the exact one I have, I believe. Spotted ladybug. What about this butterfly? Tiger butterfly. Okay, so these are all good. I think we're donating this dab though. Yo, what up, Captain Fox? Thank you, bud. Good to see you here today, man. How are you? How's Pokopia been for you? Oh my good gracious. Well, awfully nice to see you. Well, yes, by the by, might there be something with which I can assist you? All right, let's go ahead and identify a fossil. Just while I'm here, we might as well. Oh, nice. Weirdo of Kings. Congratulations on your weight loss journey, dude. That's awesome, man. What a smashing fossil. I see. This beauty is most certainly a fern fossil. Indeed, it put up a valiant effort to elude identification, yet I endured a what? Quite the battle, yes? Now then, I shall return this specimen to your care. Know that it is quite a remarkable one. Hoo-hoo. Cute. Oh, wait, I don't have any more fossils, dude. I just have a donation. Yo, what up? Groove Morning FLCL. Good to see you back, buddy. Donate something here. All right, the dab. Ooh, indeed, woohoo! I believe a dab. Now this would be a flounder. Woohoo! This is, in fact, a dab. Such tricky fish to tell apart, eh, what? While dabs closely resemble flounders, they are in entirely different families. I like to think of them as the little brother of the flounder. Rest assured, our tricky friend will be here. Will be well taken care of. Oh no, here goes chat dabbing on him. Here goes chat dabbing on him. Here it goes. Here it goes. Well, I mean, if y'all want to see... If y'all want to see Blather's dab on him, we can do that. Get it, Blathers. Get it, Blathers. Get it, Blathers. Get it, Blathers. Go, Blathers. Go, Blathers. Go. Go, Blathers. Go, Blathers. Go. Go, Blathers. Go, Blathers. Go. 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 go, go. Get it, boy. I said, get it. Get it, boy. I said, get it. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. I said, get it, boy. I said, get it. I don't know. Actually think it's his birth. I don't actually think it's his birthday, chat. Sorry. Let him cook. He's got the moves. I don't actually think it's his birthday. Sorry, I lied. But it is Abby's birthday this morning. Do you have any plans for your birthday? I might have missed your reply earlier. Do you have any plans for your birthday? Happy birthday again, homie. Thanks for coming to spend some of your birthday with us. Boom, 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 boom. I don't remember who I was supposed to talk to for Tangy. I think it was Camo Frog that has the Pokemon Pikachu. I don't think he's... Oh, he just woke up. Uh-oh, he could be pretty pissed off. Be prepared to stand at attention here with this fella. Hey, you, Hylian. What could be so important that you neglect your sworn duty to come and say hello to me? Hey, why are you even talking to me? Okay, not too bad. I knew I shouldn't have lent that Pokemon Pikachu to Peanut. It figures I'd get flack for it. Sorry, but can you go talk to Peanut about getting it back? I don't care enough to bother with it. At least he's honest. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. The stream and making sushi with my husband and mother-in-law. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. And we made chocolate cake we're gonna eat tonight. Dude, you're making sushi. I've never done that before. Has anybody here ever made sushi? That's cool, man. Yeah, it sounds like a lovely way to spend a birthday. Bum, bum. Let's go find Peanut. 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 Let's go. Oh, Money Rock. This might not be a good position, though. Oh, I messed up big time. That's all my fault, too. I was rushing. I was just looking around to see if she was still in the room. She likes to sit at a decent distance from me. Hopefully the house warms up a little bit for her, just in case she is cold. I haven't been able to what's the word I'm looking for? I haven't been able to like discern her meows for attention. I can't tell like if she wants something from me or not. You know, I'm like, what? You want like food? I think that most of the time she wants pets. She wants attention. I think most of the time she wants pets. So now she goes and sits while you stream. Yeah, she was this morning for the first time ever. She actually came in my office. She's actually, first of all, she's never even awake at this time. This is like the first day she's been like, obviously to me, awake at this time. She could have been walking around the house while I'm streaming every morning. I wouldn't know. But this is the first time she's made it very clear to me. She's awake. She's walking around. Now she might have went to bed after I ignored her a little bit. Because I did, unfortunately, have to ignore her a little bit. But she was meowing a little. So yeah, a lot of times what she'll do is she'll just sit around me. Like she could be behind my green screen right now. And I wouldn't know. She'll usually sit like near me is like her vibe. If she wants to like hang out, but she doesn't want pets, she'll come up to my bed. Oh, here's Chevra. She'll come up to my bed in the morning and she'll get pets. And then once she gets overstimulated by the pets, she'll just go and sit and perch at the edge of my bed. Like she did that this morning. So I fell back asleep. I didn't want to. That's why I was a little late today, because I got up and, you know, used the restroom and stuff and got my coffee on, and she was meowing for some food. So I think so. I think she wanted some food. So I put out a little bit of wet food for her. And then she came back in the room, so I tapped her up to the bed. I was like, yo, come up here. She came up and she got pets. And then once she was done getting pets, she proceeded to just go and loaf on the edge of my bed and just like lay there, like sleep or something. So then we're both just laying in the bed sleeping. And I'm like, well, I can't get up now. I'm like, that's illegal. So I'm like, I'm just going to lay here, I guess. And I fell back asleep from like 6:15 to like 7. And then I got up at 7, like, oh man, I have stuff to do this morning. And I eventually had to fight and get up, but she just like hung out for like 30 minutes to an hour, just chilling. Boom, 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 boom. All right, I have one inventory space. Let's talk to Tortimer for April Fool's Day. She's adjusting to your schedule. Yeah, it doesn't help that I spent the past 3 days with the worst schedule ever. Like awake a lot later than I usually am and waking up a little like not quite at the time I usually do. Like, so it's weird. I did throw her off a little bit with a little bit of a schedule change, but the truth is that's just who I am as a person. I'm never going to be able to adhere perfectly to a schedule. So it's probably good that she just gets used to that now. You know what I mean? Like, while I do have a structure, I stream most days, 8 a.m. I'm usually in my office for 6 to 8 hours most days in the morning. So she has some solid structure, but like I would be sitting here lying if I were to tell you that I was going to live some perfectly structured life. Like, no way. Like, I'm not that person. I've never been that person, but I'm certainly trying to be a bit more. My cat holds me hostage in bed all the time. I've made poutine and fish and chips, but nothing Japanese. Oh, I've never made poutine myself. That sounds great, Captain Fox. And you said Pokopia has been excellent in Pallet Town making a baseball field. You're making a baseball field? Why is that amazing, dude? That's sick. Making a baseball diamond? Are you a fan of the tribe? The Guardians? Yo, Bookie Proud Mama, thank you for the 7-year blessing. Thank you so much. And good morning, everyone who's rolling in. Welcome to 7 days of Hylian Descent, celebrating 7 years of Hylian Descent. It's all gaming focused. It's all viewer focused. We're going to be letting you decide the pace of the week. We're going to be letting all of you decide the games that we're going to be playing. And it's going to be very casual. We're going to be relaxing. It's going to be like, it's less of like it's almost like less of a celebration and more of we're observing the 7-year anniversary. It's my year of letting go. And I wanted that to be a part of my theme. So we're chilling, man. We might spend random hours just yapping. We might watch some YouTube content, maybe buy some lunch at some point, maybe get some dinner together. We're just going to be chilling, dude. Maybe build a table or something if I got something around the house to build. Some real life content, some IRL stuff. Yeah, we're just going to be chilling. And for as far as how long I'll be around, it's going to pretty much not be any different than the Pokopia streams. So just to set the pace, the past couple weeks, I've been streaming pretty much every day, right? 8 hours a day. It's not gonna be any different than that. I'm not committing to like 12-hour days or anything. I'll be here for a solid 6 to 10 hours, whatever I feel like doing every day. I'm gonna try to squeeze some night streams in. I'm gonna try to make it just a fun week. And we're going to hang out playing games together. And it's going to be very variety heavy. And as I said earlier, there's only 2 things I can guarantee. And one of them is there will be some Pokemon Pokopia throughout the week. But it's going to be a pretty variety heavy week. And speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and get our first poll set up here today. So I think the longest I can run a poll for is 15 minutes. Let me see. Can I do 30 minutes? Let's see here. All right, let's finish talking to Tortimer first, and then we can stop having this person in our ears pissed off.
Hi, Lynn. I've been doing a lot of hard thinking lately, and I've come to a life-changing decision.
What's that, Tortimer?
It's time for me to retire. Yepper, time to hang up. Time to hang 'em up. I just don't know who to ask to fill my shoes. As strange as it may sound, you're the most capable person I know. April Fools, gotcha, Sprout. Mercy, that was fun. I feel sort of bad, though. Your face looked so hopeful. Here, no hard feelings.
So what is this, kind of like a weird hint to New Leaf? It's Super Tortimer. I figure I owe you something good for playing such a dirty trick on you. Enjoy. He gave me the Super Tortimer NES, but it's actually a fake. It's not a real. It doesn't actually work. What a boob. All right, let me go clear my inventory at home. Let's go stop at Tom Nook and sell some stuff. Yo, what's up, Minus? It was supposed to, though. Oh, really? Was it supposed to work? It just didn't. Plot twist, we are the 5th villager to see Portimer pull his retirement joke. Is New Leaf the only game with an April Fool's event? Yes. New Leaf is the only... Tom Nook says, I'm having a special one-day sale. All products are a whopping 90% off. So it's time to buy. April Fool! Shut up, Nook. Not funny. I hate you. Yeah. I think New Leaf was the only one with an April Fool's event, and it was ran by Blanca. Blanca ran it, and you could get villager photos from it. It was actually a really useful event. You could get villager photos from the event. It was all a part of Blanca's event. And like, it was really cool because it was the only Animal Crossing game to give you a way to get villager photos that wasn't tied to friendship and RNG. It was like the only time that we ever got an event where, or an interaction where they allowed us, right? They allowed us to do that. It was really interesting. Yeah. They've never done that again. They've never allowed us to get photos in like that way. All right, we have Derwin's organizer. I need to go and to talk to Peanut for Tangy real quick. Did you know there's a special event for April Fools in Pokopia? I did have that spoiled for me. And I do look forward to doing it. I'd like to do it on stream if we have time today. But if for some reason we don't, I'll just do it off stream and just take a screenshot. Good morning. So what's going on, Slacker? I'm picking up. The Pokemon Pikachu, you want that old thing, Slacker? You so crazy. Well, too bad for you, I lent it to Ted, so I don't have it, like, the slightest clue where it's at. Call me flaky all you want, but you still have to go see Ted about getting it back. Idiot. Oh, nice, you got a day off today, Bookie Proud Mama, the rare day off. Yo, good morning, Marina. I think even Hunter said the Tortimer NES, maybe it was a blank one. Oh, maybe it's the blank one. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Drop this stuff off. Tad was hanging around here a tad little bit ago. Where do you think he is now? They have so much more personality in this game. They really do. I like to say that in this game, they're more relatable, and I think that's the big difference. Is that, like, I don't think New Horizons writing was bad. I think the New Horizons delivery system of dialogue was bad. We've had this talk before. So the way that New Horizons seems to work is that there's a bunch of, like, indicators that trigger when you talk to a villager. Like, the first thing a villager wants to talk about is the last time that you guys talked. And if that was recent, then they want to talk about what you did on the island the day before, or a guest that visited, or an outfit that you're wearing. So they have all these like predetermined things that they want to talk about in New Horizons. So instead of just letting the villager be a villager and just talk about random stuff, it's like in New Horizons, they all have to say certain things to you. It's like when you talk to a villager, she has to first, let's say Tangy, acknowledge that you were online yesterday hanging out. So that's one conversation. Then the second conversation is about what you're wearing. And then the third conversation is about the guest that was there yesterday. And the fourth conversation is about the fact that she hasn't seen you in 2 weeks. And then once you get past all of the predetermined conversations, right? Then you actually get real conversations with the villagers. This is actually New Horizons' fundamental problem, is that for some reason they thought it was a good idea to code the villagers in a way to where they have all these very predetermined things that they have to talk about when you interact with them. And so unless you sit there and talk to your villagers multiple times a day, unless you sit and talk to your villagers multiple times in a row, you don't get real conversation. So it's weird. So I don't necessarily think that New Horizons writing is bad or dry. It is though. Like, let's be real. It compared to this game, it's not as relatable. That's the term that I use. It's not as relatable. And that's the key term, because New Horizons has a bunch of great moments where you have interactions with villagers that are awesome. There's an interaction with Tangy where she starts talking about her favorite music and how much she loves metal music. And there's a conversation with crankies that talk about how they don't know how to interact with computers and they went to boot a computer, so they kicked it. And there's a lot of really fun dialogue, but first off, again, the delivery system is bad. So it's hard to get to the unique conversations. And secondly, it is tailored to be more like robotic. It's like they decided to make the villagers just overly enthusiastic about the player, right? Like they're overly enthusiastic. It's like you're the Dragonborn in New Horizons, and everyone who sees you is like, oh, it's chicken chaser. Any Fablehead, oh, you chase chickens. Like it's like everyone is always just interested in you, and you are the king and you rule the land in New Horizons. And it's like the writing is all focused around that. It's like it's not as relatable. Whereas if you really think about real life, conversations in real life don't always revolve around you. Conversations in real life aren't always happy and chipper and polite and friendly. And this is where this game comes in. You see, this game, the villagers are relatable, right? They're relatable. All of a sudden, you have a conversation with a villager and they get a little upset that you haven't called them in a couple weeks. And sometimes they make a joke and they say that you look like you put a little weight on. Right? Like, because it's relatable. It's all regular, relatable rather, interactions. And I think that's the biggest difference between classic Animal Crossing and New Horizons, specifically New Horizons. And that's the difference, but it's like there's a spectrum. And GameCube was all the way over here. And it was relatable and a little edgy, just like real life. And New Horizons is way over here. And it's like friendly and kind of sanitized and kind of like afraid to challenge you and like afraid to give you like a real interaction. So they went to like the complete opposite side of the spectrum. And my hope is that the next AC brings it back a little bit. I don't expect them to ever go all the way back, but a little bit would be nice. You know what I mean? Just like bring it back a little bit. And that would be like real nice. New Leaf is like here, I'll pull up a quick document because that's the easiest way to describe this question. Yo, thank you, Buka, for 78, dude. So if this is the graph that I just explained, right? If the graph I just explained is like a radiation meter or something, right? And if you have the game I'm playing right now, which is, right, this is ACGC. So ACGC is on this side of the graph. All right. And it's super relatable, right? This is where New Horizons is. So if we go over here and we'll just do ACNH. And New Horizons is over here, which is this very, kind of more sanitized, a little too friendly, not as relatable, a little drier. And then again, I can't stress this enough. It's the delivery system of the dialogue that's most the problem. I don't know about y'all, but I can say this with authority. I have sat there and talked to my villagers 5-10 times in a row. I have probably seen every single possible bit of dialogue in New Horizons. And I can say this more than probably anybody else out there to some extent. So when I say this, really, New Horizons dialogue isn't that dry. It isn't that sanitized. It's all buried under a terrible delivery system. It's all buried. You have to talk to your villagers 5 times in a row to get even one real conversation from them. It's really frustrating because the dialogue's there, and I've been preaching this for about 5 years now since the game's come out. I've been trying to get people hip. Like, how many times have y'all remembered me saying this on my show? Talk to your villagers 5 times in a row. Talk to them until they get the little negative spiral over their head because they're pissed off. How many times have you guys heard me saying that? Talk to them 5+ times in a row if you want real dialogue, because it's all hidden. It's all buried under weird interactions, right? It's all just like weirdly buried. And I don't know what they did with the delivery system. So anyways, to answer your question, where's New Leaf? New Leaf's right here, right where you would honestly expect it to be. New Leaf's like right here. AC and L. New Leaf is about right here. So like if this is like the extreme, all right, this is New Leaf, right? This is the graph. I would argue that ACGC, AC Wild World are over here in the camp of like, kind of like edgy and interesting, and they're not afraid to call you fat. And then City Folk is right here. City Folk is like, okay, they started softening the game up a little bit, and instead they focus on drama. So the way City Folk does it is, instead of you being relatable, City Folk makes it to where the villagers talk about drama. And they talk about each other a lot. And you'll have conversations in City Folk where they'll be like, yo, did you see Tangy and Rocco making out the other day? Ooh, they getting feisty. City Folk is all about the drama, right? But it's still very relatable, because as humans, what do we love? Drama. So Animal Crossing, GameCube, and Wild World are the most relatable dialogue. City Folk is drama. New Leaf starts to get a little unrelatable, but it still works. And then New Horizons tilts all the way to the side of just not being the most relatable. It's a little dry. It's a little sanitized. It's a little too friendly. Villagers don't talk about each other at all. Have you guys noticed that? Like, when is the last time you had an interaction in New Horizons when the villagers talked about another villager? And I'm gonna even go farther. And it wasn't them delivering a gift because they got in an argument. They never talk about each other. It's not even like they're on the same planet. Tangy never talks about Genji on my New Horizons island. Genji never talks about Ione. They don't even know that they exist, basically. So it's weird. It's like New Horizons dropped it all. New Horizons completely dropped the drama. New Horizons completely dropped the relatability. New Horizons completely dropped the ball on text. It's just unfortunate, right? It's a beautiful game, and there's some good dialogue buried behind interactions. You want to know some of the best interactions in New Horizons that you can get in that game? When two villagers interact with each other directly. The best written dialogue since 3.0 and the hotel update. The best written dialogue is when two villagers are talking to each other. when they walk up to each other and they talk to each other. It's the most rich dialogue in the game, and those interactions are far and in between because they have to be in the same place. It has to activate. You have to be there to see it, and it's hard to run into those conversations. So to a lot of people, they think that New Horizons doesn't have good dialogue, when I argue it does have pretty okay dialogue. It's not the best. It's just hard to find, and it's rare. You know, it's weird, right? Whereas New Leaf was kind of like a little sanitized, but New Leaf was still pretty good. I think New Leaf was like the perfect middle ground. What I want from the next Animal Crossing is this right here. In fact, I want New Leaf. So if the next Animal Crossing game, I just want them to take it back one notch. I'm not expecting them to go to this half, chat. I'm not expecting them to go all the way to this half when New Leaf comes out. Like, we're asking too much. Now, maybe you disagree with that, but I think we're asking for too much, right? I think the sweet spot is right here. This is the sweet spot where they take it back a notch. They make it a little more relatable, maybe add a little drama, maybe add a little bit of that like classic, what's the game? Tamagotchi Life. Right? We need them to get some Tamagotchi Life vibes in there. Give us some goofy drama, city folk interactions. Give us some more relatable content, but I'm not expecting them to go back to this era. If I had to be honest with you all, I think that this era right here is a bygone era. If I had to be honest with you, I think this era here is gone. I don't think we ever see an Animal Crossing game like this ever again. And the only hope we have is remakes or remasters. But I do think that New Leaf had the sauce, and I think they need to go back a notch. And they need to care a little bit more about the villagers and a little bit less about decorating. And I think that we would be in the money. Everything else that New Horizons brought to the table was amazing. New Horizons is the Animal Crossing game that most of us wanted for our whole Animal Crossing life. On release, a lot of us cried because it was finally the game that we wanted. It had pretty much everything we ever asked for in a lot of ways. But then more and more we played the game, the more the truth kind of came out. And we were all kind of left feeling just a little bit like, wait a second, right? We loved it. I'm talking in the perspective of the OG heads, you know, we loved it. We were obsessed with it. We played for thousands of hours. This isn't a commentary on the game being bad. You know, we loved it. But the more I play New Horizons, and I think the more the OG heads that started on GameCube, that started on Wild World, that started on City Folk, and even those of you that started on New Leaf, I think the OG heads, the more we played New Horizons, the more hollow it kind of felt. And it was like, dang, there's something in the sauce missing. Like, again, I put over 5,000 hours into it. Again, it wasn't bad. It was just the more you play New Horizons, the more you can't help but be like, there's something not here. There's something missing, and hopefully they correct it in the next game. 100% New Leaf dialogue with New Horizons quality of life. Yeah, that's all we're asking for, right? The SpongeBob meme, yeah, the vanilla SpongeBob meme. If they brought back good dialogue and better multiplayer, it'd be golden, right? We're not asking for much. I think if we got Animal Crossing that was exactly like Pokopia, I'd be really disappointed. Yeah, we don't want that. Atomic Potato, I've said this to the community actually. Pokopia is a separate game. Animal Crossing is a very separate game. You know, I thought about this recently. I thought about putting out a video. So I started writing a script, but I don't think I'm going to put the video out because it's stupid, but it's funny. And the video was going to be 10 reasons why Animal Crossing New Horizons is better than Pokopia. But I didn't want to do this to like rage bait, but it is unironically rage bait. So I'm probably not going to release a video like that, but instead I might just do something else like Pokopia Animal Crossing comparisons or something. But I started writing a script for it because I feel like as the guy who does Animal Crossing for a living, I want to speak out on why New Horizons is different and why it should be different. Because listen to this. I got a comment from somebody. I'm going to read the comment to y'all. You ready? They said, YouTube comment. This is what they said. Listen to this. and I think this is important because I disagree with this heavily. They said, and I quote, I would downrate the Animal Crossing New Horizons because of Pokopia. They said, pause, I would lower it from a 9 to a 6.5 because of all the improvements that this game has against AC&H. And it took AC&H 3 years to get all of their improvements, and that's my opinion. So basically, this person's comment, and they're allowed to have an opinion, by the way, but their opinion is that New Horizons is now a worse game because Pokopia exists. Oh, wrong button. Record scratch. All right? Wrong. I'm just going to be the one to say it. That human out there on YouTube, your opinion? Wrong. And I know that opinions can't be wrong because that's not how opinions work. But in this case, that is how it works. You're wrong. Now, jokes aside, so I wanted to put a video out that highlighted why New Horizons was still the GOAT and why New Horizons is completely different from Pokopia and the things that makes New Horizons strong in the life sim space. And we've had this talk before. And again, I started writing my notes for it. The big one, first off, right out the gate, is New Horizons is the more grounded, realistic, more mature version of the two games. Right out the gate, Pokopia is more cartoony, is more kid-friendly, is more glittery and fluffy, and whereas New Horizons has a little bit more of a cleaner, more grounded art style, and New Horizons item catalog is very different from Pokopia. Pokopia is a more lighthearted take on a life sim. Animal Crossing is a more serious take. You're paying loans back. You're decorating your house to look like real life. You're not really doing that in Pokopia, are you? You're like creating a universe in the, like you when you design in Pokopia, it makes sense in Pokopia. When you design an Animal Crossing, it can make sense in real life. And that's like my first point right out the gate. It's like Animal Crossing gives a completely different decoration system. It's so different. It is nowhere near the same as how Pokopia is approaching the visuals, the graphics. Right? You're not going to go out into the real world and like see a beautiful, nature hike and like think of Pokopia. But I do that with Animal Crossing all the time. It's very interesting. And that's the first point out of 10 that I would make for like a cheesy little video that was maybe about how AC&H is still very high up on the list of games when compared to, if you really want to compare it to Pokopia. Now I don't know how many items are in Pokopia and I don't know how many items are in New Horizons. But I have a sneaking suspicion that there's a lot more items in New Horizons than Pokopia. I don't know if anybody can confirm this, but that's the second point that I was going to make as well. Once I did some research, I was going to go and I was going to look up and see what the catalogs in the games are. Because I do understand that Pokopia does have a lot of furniture and a lot of recipes and stuff, but New Horizons has a lot. If you count color variations, especially, New Horizons has thousands upon thousands of items, furniture, outfits, everything. So it's like, that's the second point I would bring up is like, yeah, New Horizons has that, like we're talking about night and day when it comes to options of customization in the universe. Now give Pokopia 6 years and maybe they'll be on par. But like it takes a little while to get there now, doesn't it? You know what I mean? So that was just like a couple of the points I started writing down, but I was inspired by this comment from YouTube. I really was. I was really inspired by this comment on YouTube. Like, wait a second, maybe I should make a video that's not meant to be rage bait, right? Like, I really want to make a genuine video that says, hey, now that Pokopia has been out and we're starting to get over the honeymoon phase, why don't I put out a video that reminds you of all the things that makes Animal Crossing great? Because I do think that Animal Crossing is still just as awesome as it was when it released, even if Pokopia has shown us that life simulation games can go to the next level. That doesn't, just because a new game comes out, it doesn't lower the value of an older game. And I would love to throw my hat into the ring on this conversation. I would love to throw my hat into the ring on that conversation, you know, like, and really have like, and like say, hey, wait a second, you don't just, you know, Tears of the Kingdom didn't lower the value of Breath of the Wild, and Breath of the Wild didn't lower the value of Ocarina of Time. And Mario 64 didn't lower the value of Super Mario World, and Super Mario World didn't lower the value of Super Mario 3, and Mario Odyssey didn't lower the value of Mario Galaxy. Like, that's not how the universe works. So like, let's have a conversation about what makes Animal Crossing so special compared to Pokemon, right? While everyone is comparing Pokopia to New Horizons and talking about all the things Pokopia does better, I think in a couple weeks, once the honeymoon phase is over, right? It's going to take a couple more weeks. I think that I could have the reverse conversation. All right, everybody, now that I've played the game for a couple hundred hours, you know, whatever. How do I compare New Horizons to Pokopia? And what does New Horizons do better? Because I think that there's a healthy amount of things that AC does better than Pokopia. And I bet you there's a conversation to be had there. You know, where it's so easy to point out all the stuff that Pokopia does better. But it would be fun to go to the other side of the conversation, you know, and be like, hey, well, what about the stuff that ACNH does better than Pokopia? Because there is stuff, I can guarantee you, if we really sit down and think about it, there's stuff that it does better, you know? I'll tell you the big one that I have on the top of my list for a video if I ever make it. I got one for you. The real life clock. The truth is, Animal Crossing is still the king of real life time sync. Pokopia was afraid to do it again. Every game has been afraid to commit. Why are these games afraid to commit? Animal Crossing is the only game that is willing to fully commit to the real life time sync. No other company is still willing to do it. And to the point, so much, in fact, to the point where I wonder if Nintendo told them not to do it. I wonder if Nintendo was like, yo, don't commit to the real life clock too much because we want to make sure Animal Crossing feels special still. And we don't want these games to be too similar. I started getting a headcanon in my brain. I was like, dude, what if like Nintendo was like, no, don't go too far with this system because we want to make sure that New Horizons and Animal Crossing stays the unique franchise where you can get that energy from, because as of right now, there is no game out there that does what Animal Crossing does with the real life clock. There's a couple games that get close. I never played Hako Life. Maybe that one does it. That's probably the only one, if it does it, that, and I haven't played it. I know Cozy Grove gets pretty close. Disney Dreamlight gave up eventually. So there's not many games that commit to it. So I think that is such a wonderful thing that New Horizons does that no other game does, let alone Pokopia. And again, I bring this up as a lighthearted conversation for all of us here because I think it's really interesting. You know what I mean? I think it's really fun that, like, you know, there are people out there that have an opinion that as soon as something that comes out that's better in a space, that lowers the value of something else. And I find that is an interesting thing that human brains do. And while everyone's entitled to their own opinion, I can't help but feel like there's a fun conversation to be had here. there's a fun video to be made here. You know, there's a fun interaction here with this, with the gaming space, where I can sit back and say, hey, by the way, here's all the reasons why Animal Crossing's still the GOAT. Deal with it, and like put on some sunglasses. But again, I really don't want this to be like a rage bait thing, which is why I'm gonna take my time to do it until the hype settles down for Pokopia, because it'll start, the dust will settle. And I'm also gonna find a way to word it to where that I'm not challenging people, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to put out a video that says Pokemon Pokopia sucks and here's why. I'm trying to put out a video that says, you know, I notice people are comparing Animal Crossing to Pokopia. Here's why they shouldn't be compared. And if you are going to compare them, let me remind you why Animal Crossing is actually better in some ways. And here's why. A fun example is fishing. I don't know about y'all, but no fishing and no bugging in Pokopia is fine. But fishing and bugging in Animal Crossing is amazing. I love that side of the game. I love the fishing and bugging systems. I have always been enamored by those systems, you know? I love that stuff. Oh, I got a frog in my throat this morning. I might need to get myself a cough drop. The Pokemon are the fish and bugs? Yeah. Good morning. I haven't seen you around. You've been sick or something? Hee hee. Shimona. Don't tell Cozy that. If you work out every day, colds just flee and tear. Hee hee. Oh yeah. What's up, buddy? I'm still looking for Tad, man. Where's Tad at? Yeah, Pokopia would compare to Dragon Quest Builders, but nobody knows Dragon Quest Builders exist, so nobody's making the comparison. No offense to Dragon Quest Builders, but nobody knows it exists. Yeah, he was around my house and then he moved. Yeah, what's up, lights? Come on. Yo, thank you for everyone jumping into the conversation here in the chat. Good to see you, Kellyanne, by the way. And I agree with you, Armazale. I hate the whole picking teams thing. It bothers me so much, which is why I don't want to put out a video that plays into that narrative. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. That's why, like, if I start creating content like that, I don't ever want to put out content that pushes forward this idea of picking teams. I hate it. That's why I would like perfectly approach this video with like the best way I could to make it to where it wasn't a team picking scenario. You know what I mean? Morning, Hylian. Again, slurp. Yeah, so what do you need me for, yo? Delivery? Yep, that's definitely my organizer. Thanks a billion. If it weren't for you, I probably would never have gotten it back. Ooh, we got furniture. It's actually the Dragon Quest Builders 2 that has the same devs as Pokopia. Oh, so after DQB 1, they maybe switched devs. Oh. Yeah, that was a new Lily of the Valley. You saw that? I was stopping the balloon with my body. Did you see that? What? I was stopping the balloon with my body. You can do that? I didn't. What the heck? What up, Big Ron? This is a GameCube game.
Squirtle.
Yeah, a new Lily of the Valley down here. I should grab it. It was right over here, right? Boom, 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 boom. How do I pick up flowers? I think I just shovel them. Hopefully I don't kill it. Yo, what's up, Courtney? Thank you for the 22 months. Can we get around 11 in the chat for Courtney and Kellyanne? Buka, if you're still chilling, I'd love to hear what you, how your Pokopia journey's been going. I know you've been jamming on that game. Hey, baby. What's up, Midna? People should unite that Nintendo is doing well and people have opinions for the sim genre from them. That's my view. I agree. I think we are stronger in numbers when it comes to getting Nintendo to make more life sims. Minda's here. Yeah, this is the first time she's ever visited me on stream. Today, she's just been hanging out in my room all morning instead of sleeping. I don't know why she's so awake this morning. She did sleep in all day yesterday. She slept way later than usual yesterday. She was sleeping until like 8 p.m. to the point where I was worried, you know, because I'm a new cat dad. So I was like, I like ended up pulling out the churu to coax her to get awake just to make sure she was like existing. You know, I was so worried. Boom, 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 boom. Sweet baby. I told the chat I'll get a camera set up tonight, maybe, so that the next time she comes in here, you guys can see her. I can't do a cat cam yet, but I could easily get a webcam that set up that I could just grab and point at her real quick so you guys could see her. What's up, Cosmic? Good to see you, buddy. I got a lot of stuff to say about AC versus Poco. I love Pokopia so much. I do too. I will say this. I will say that Pokopia is, in my opinion, sorry, I'm petting my cat. She did the side flop. I will say that Pokopia is the best life sim to come out in a really long time. And while it's hard for me to say that it's better than New Horizons unbiasedly, right? Because like, sorry, it's easy for me to say it unbiasedly, but I'm biased because I played New Horizons for over 5,000 hours. So I've said this to people who've asked me. You know, people have tried coming in my chat, AC or Pokopia. And my answer is Animal Crossing, because you don't just throw something that you've put 5,000 hours into in the garbage can. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm not still in love with New Horizons. But I will tell you this. I will tell you that Pokopia is like the best life sim to release in a really long time. It is really well done. It is really well put together. And it's one of the best games I've ever played in the life sim space. It's the first time I felt Animal Crossing vibes pretty much since like the first couple weeks of DDV. And even then they changed up how they ran that. So she's not letting me give her up. I got to give her more pets. Sorry. So yeah. So like for me personally, I am the first person as an AC fan to admit, like, Pokopia's got the sauce, dude. Like, let's not get it twisted. It's likely unbiasedly a better game, right? Like in a lot of weird ways, but they shouldn't really be compared. So it's stupid to say that it's a better game. But like the one thing that we have to respect, everybody, is that people compare because it's how we learn as humans. You compared berries because one poisoned you and one didn't. You compared, you know, everything in life. The humans, like, comparison is how we learn, is how we enjoy things. So if you compare with an open mind, and if you go into comparing things just for a conversation, then it becomes fun. So I don't think AC and Pokopia should be compared, but if you do, just for fun, let's just say, okay, let's just compare them for conversation. I think it is hard to deny that Pokopia is not better. I think it is a better game. Also, it should be noted that AC is 6 years old. So Pokopia better be the better game. Right? Like, you better be the better game. You had 6 years to cook. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it better be the better game. Like, duh. What do you mean? Like, it doesn't even make any sense that it wouldn't. Yeah, exactly, Captain Fox. It's like comparing F-Zero to Mario Kart to Kirby Air Ride. It's like, the comparison doesn't make sense, but because I understand the human brain, I do get why people want to compare. So it is something fun to chat about. You know what I mean? It is fun to chat about. The chat's taught me that. You have all taught me that. I used to hate this conversation. I used to hate the conversation. I used to hate it. I used to be like, dude, stop comparing stuff. It's stupid. And I used to hate this conversation on stream. But over the years, I've started to embrace it because I'm a streamer and people want my opinion, but also because I realize like, oh, this is a very normal thing that people do. Like people just like comparing stuff because it's how they learn about things. It's how they wrap their head around a potential experience. So we shouldn't be afraid of comparisons and we shouldn't turn people down who want to compare things. I do think it's healthy to nudge them in the right direction, right? Like you noticed how when people ask me to compare to AC, the first thing I would say is we should be talking about Dragon Quest Builders, shouldn't we? Right? How many of y'all have been here, right? I'd be like, you know, I don't think they're actually the same. I think we should talk about these two games because that's where the comparison should be. But if you want me to answer the question, I will. And here's what I think. You know, I think it's fun. There is a conversation to be had, and I think it's interesting, you know, but it's certainly not really necessary. And you see that a lot in gaming. You do see a lot of unnecessary comparisons. So, dude, I like Mario Kart World a lot. I like World more than Mario Kart 8. I'm just going to say it. I hated Mario Kart 8. I still do. I'm just going to be the one to say it. I'm the dude in the room with the terrible opinion about Mario Kart. Hi, welcome to my show. I'm highly in dissent. I think Mario Kart World clears Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Clears it. I've said it before. I've never been a fan of Deluxe. I don't like what they did with Deluxe. I just did not like 8 Deluxe. I just didn't like it. There's something about the game was off. It did not speak to me as a Mario Kart fan. And I tried to like it. I played it a lot on stream. Mario Kart World instantly hooked me, instantly clicked with me. It was about fun. It was silly. It was new. It was refreshing. It was unlike any other Mario Kart game I ever played. I love World, dude. Yeah, I didn't play original 8, so I'm not sure if there was differences. Neither are Sonic Cross Worlds. You know, I still haven't had a chance to play Cross Worlds. I really should sit down and play that game. That's a wild thing to hear when you pull up a stream. Yeah, I know that's a super hot take. I know. You could say it. That's okay. I know. I usually know when my takes are hot. Yeah, that's okay. You could say it. I'm not a big fan of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's just a personal thing. I don't think the game's bad by any means. That's not at all what I think. It just didn't click for me. 8 Deluxe just didn't click for me. You're the second dude to have that opinion. I've never liked 8. World is way better.
Anniversary.
Double Dash is my favorite. Double Dash is probably my favorite Mario Kart if I had to choose one. Everyone has opinions no matter how wrong they may be. Yeah, that's exactly what I would expect most people to say to me about that opinion. That's all right. That's totally okay. I've come to terms that Mario Kart World is just built different and it's not for everybody. I've even had somebody try to argue me once. I even had somebody like literally try to argue me about it. Like, how can you even like World? Here are all the objective reasons why 8 is just such a better game. And I was like, well, then that just means I must like bad video games. That was where the conversation ended. I was like, okay, I can't argue that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had the sauce and that a lot of people loved it for what it was. So then what I will say then is that I must just like bad video games. And there's nothing wrong with liking bad video games. So if the world thinks that Mario Kart World is bad, well then just call me the guy who likes bad video games. I don't care. I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with that. I love video games. I'll play the bad ones. I'll play the good ones. I'll play the middle, the in-between ones. I'll play all of them because I just love video games. I don't need every game I play to be good. I don't need every game I play to be amazing. I don't need every game I play to be revolutionary. You know, I'm okay with some games being bad. Like that's something I came to terms with. Dude, I grew up playing the Sega Genesis, man. 70% of the Sega Genesis library is terrible. Are you kidding me, dude? Have you played a Sega? I grew up playing a Super Nintendo, and like 30% of the Super Nintendo's library is complete trash. Games that are not worth your time at all. It's like, whatever, dude, you just play them and you just enjoy them, you know? like, you know what I mean? It's just like a weird thing, you know? It's like, not every game needs to be the best thing you ever played, dude. It's like, whatever, man. Those 11 a.m. jams. We're looking for Peanut. There's Peaches. Same with PSP, but that was one of my favorite consoles. Yeah, it's like... I do get though, I do get that for some people, it is hard to move on from the GOATs in a genre, in a space. I used to be like that. I used to struggle to move on from the GOATs in the space. I used to struggle to move on from the GOATs. I used to be like, no game's ever going to be as good as Wind Waker. No game is ever going to be as good as Ocarina of Time. No game's ever going to be as good as Mario Kart 64. But over time, I started being more accepting of the future and of games just changing. And you know, that's what Mario Kart World represents to me, and I think people hate it. Because it's different. It's different. Mario Kart World is very different, and people cannot wrap their head around it. They hate it. If they loved Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they just hate World because it's so different. And in their eyes, it's bad, but I say bad just means different, and they aren't willing to accept that it's just a different game. That it's going to be a different experience, that it's going to play different, feel different, you're going to enjoy it at a different level. It's just different. And I thrive for fresh experiences in gaming. It's like my favorite way to game. I like new things, you know? Dang, wait, who has Tangy's? Oh, Ted. There it is. There he is. It was Ted, not Peanut. Yeah, Peanut's so cute. I agree. She was one of my first villagers in New Horizons, actually, in my second town. Outside of this conversation, but yesterday, I've finished watching your whole Pokopia walkthrough the story, and I loved it. I wanted to thank you for the experience. Oh, thank you, dude. Can we get some love out there? Thank you again, Fuzzy, Dimples, and Courtney. I hope y'all are feeling good today. Thank you, Fuzzy. Also, I just wanted to say good morning to YouTube because I saw Doomslayer pop in, but I hadn't had a chance to say good morning to him. Also, Coca Cat, you guys were jumping into the conversation. Hope you're doing well today, Doom. How's your journey going in Pokopia? So Doom did participate in the conversation earlier. They said, so when I got my Switch 2, it was the Mario Kart World bundle, and along with it, I got the Bonanza, but I never got around to playing it. So you started playing it the other day. Nice. Bonanza's fun. I have been keeping up with Captain Fox's messages, though. And then Mac Daddy said, you got a cat. Congrats. Yes, I do have a new kitty cat in my life. She's hanging out with us this morning and just walking around meowing. Yo, what's up? What's up, Kiara? Thank you for the gifted sub over to Aquana. Yo, Ted, I need Tangy's stuff. Will you give me her stuff? It's not like I forgot about it or anything. Seriously, I've just been really busy, you know? If I go ahead and give you this Pokemon Pikachu, you'll return it to Tangy? That's right. All right, and then I got a fish for you, buddy. You know, I can't explain how or why, but I'm having a grand old time right now. Me too, man. My girl kitty's also a yapper. I love her yap so dearly. Yeah, I don't mind at all. She could yap all she wants. She can yap if she wants to. Yo, I brought a fish, dude. Yeah, good morning, everybody. Thanks for jumping in and joining in on a great conversation. I hope you all didn't mind that I just kind of shared my thoughts. This week is all about letting go. This week is, the theme of this week is letting go, just like my theme of this year. And we're focusing on games. If you're just tuning in, this is my 7-year streaming anniversary week. We're going to be streaming all week. We're doing a bunch of variety that's going to kind of represent my 7 years of games. And I have curated a list of games that you are all going to be voting on. So let's go ahead and talk about this really quick. after we finish giving Tangy her item here. And then we're going to talk about what we're going to be doing the next couple of days, all right? So it's going to be pretty fun. You're the best. You saved my skin. I kid you. I kid you not. Oh, an iron frame. Thanks. So the way this week is going to go is that I decided the theme for this year's anniversary is the games and the viewers. I wanted to do a celebration of all the games we played over the years, and I wanted to let all of you have the agency over which of those games we played. So I present to you our 7-year celebration this year. It's all about the games, and it's all about this beautiful community. And I'm giving all of you the power to vote every day on what we play. So this week's going to be a lot of variety. We're going to squeeze in some Pokopia any chance we can. That's one of 2 things I can guarantee this week. And one of them is chaos. And the second is my cat meowed and it caught me off my stride. Like she filled in the perfect gap in my voice. I'm still not used to her being around. And the second thing I can guarantee is that we're going to fit Pokopia somewhere into the schedule. Somewhere into the schedule, Pokopia will be there. So now let's go ahead and talk about how this is going to work for this week. And we'll talk about how this is going to work today. So today's going to be different than every other day, because not only are you going to be voting for the second half of today's stream, you're also going to be voting for tomorrow's games. And from here on out, for the rest of the week, every day, you are going to be voting for the next day's viewer's choice game, chat's choice, I'm calling it. And that vote is going to be at 12 noon every day. So I want you all to take notes. You see the clock over there on the side of the screen? You can also use the ! time command. Every day at around 12 p.m. my time, we are going to start the vote for the next day. So if you want to be here and you want to be a part of the vote, you're going to want to be here around noon to 1 p.m. In that window is when we're going to activate the vote. If you can make it during that time slot, hopefully you can be here, and we'll run a poll for up to 10 minutes. Now I can also go ahead and run a straw poll overnight. So we will be doing that. I am going to be running a straw poll, and you can find the link in the Discord, and then you can vote even if you're not here live, which is totally fine. But today is going to be a little bit different. Yo, what up, Tim Tater? So 2019. Oh, I should have said this. First off, there's one thing I didn't say though. But every day we're going to start the stream with the streamer's choice. So for the next 7 days, including today, I'm going to start off by choosing a game for us. And then you are all going to be choosing the second game for that day. And maybe even the third and the fourth, depending on the size of the game. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm going to load up a 10-minute poll. This poll is going to dictate what we play later today. What should we play later today? All right. First up, we have the Zelda category. The Zelda category is going to require a second vote, and I'll explain what you're voting for in a second. You're going to want to perk up your ears because this is going to get a little complicated, but it'll be fine. You're going to be voting for Sonic Adventure, Katamari, and it'll be all 3 of the Switch games, which are all the 3 remakes. I own them all. All right, I can only fit so much in the poll, so I have to be careful about text. All right. And we'll play all 3 games. We'll play all 3 Switch games. So I'm just going to put in parentheses 3 games. Because Katamari is the kind of game we can play for like an hour and then an hour and then an hour. Like if you guys know Katamari, if you don't worry about it. So this one I'm throwing in here, and I should explain some of the rules, but I don't want to oversell this because I want there to be some surprise. But all right, so here's what you guys are voting for, and I don't want to activate the poll until I say something because somebody's gonna probably pop off and start clicking stuff. So you got every day you're going to be voting between 5 games. you're going to either vote for Zelda, which is going to activate a second vote, and you're going to be voting between Wind Waker HD, Breath of the Wild, A Link to the Past, or Minish Cap. Those are the 4 Zelda games that are offered today. This all represents my 2019 stream year. So you're going to be choosing between those 4 games. I've decided Twilight Princess would be on there as well, but we just played that kind of recently. So these 4 games. So if you vote for Zelda, we're going to be doing a second vote, and we're going to choose which game. Or you can choose Sonic Adventure 1, and we'll do a full playthrough today of Sonic Adventure 1. And depending on how long we have, maybe even every character. You can also vote for Katamari, and I'll sit here and I'll play through all 3 of the remakes of Katamari, Damacy, We Heart Katamari, and the one that just came out, which is called... I don't remember what it's called, but it just came out. I don't remember what it's called. Either way, there's 3 of them. Or Pokemon Sword and Shield. And I do want to say this is the first time and maybe the only time I'm going to say this. Just because something is on the list now doesn't mean it won't show up on the list again. Also, if something is not on the list and you're kind of wondering why it isn't, you can assume it might be a streamer's choice game. For example, Animal Crossing GameCube is not going to appear anywhere else through the rest of the marathon. And for example, when tomorrow's game won't be anywhere else. So if you're wondering, for example, in 2019, I played a lot of Stardew Valley. Well, that is a streamer's choice game later in the week, and I'll spoil that one. So that's not going to appear on a poll. You're not going to have to fight for Stardew because that's just going to happen. All right. And then last but not least, Kirby's Adventure for the original NES. And Kirby's Adventure is a short game. We could beat it in a couple hours, and it might give us time to play something else after. But let's not get into the weeds here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start this poll up. And then, hold on, let me get one set up for YouTube as well before I press go. All right, so YouTube, which game should we play later today? All right, and then let me go ahead and copy and paste these into YouTube, and we'll activate the polls at the same time. And then I'll just take a collective from the polls. All right. So it won't be too complicated. And then we're going to activate the polls, and then I'll continue to talk and clarify a little bit more what's going on for those that are not listening or who's just popping in. Oh, I can only do 4 options on the poll on YouTube. Weak. Sorry, YouTube. You're just going to have to wait for the straw poll later. All right. So YouTube, don't worry. I am going to be doing a straw poll for the rest of the week. This is the only one that's going to be Twitch only. I repeat, this is the only Twitch only poll for the rest of the week. We will be using straw poll after this. So if you want to participate, you are going to have to come to Twitch for at least this one. You can find my Twitch link in the description, and let's go ahead and start the poll. We will not be doing a corrupted poll this time. This one is not corrupted. Let's go. 10 minutes on the clock. Which game will we be playing after Animal Crossing GameCube this morning? Would you like me to play Legend of Zelda? And then you can vote which Zelda out of Wind Waker, Breath of the Wild, and Link to the Past or Minish Cap. We'll do a second vote. Would you like to play Sonic Adventure 1? Would you like me to play Katamari games? Pokemon Sword and Shield, which is interesting. I'm not going to say what I'm going to do in game. And then Kirby's Adventure. So for those that want to know what's going on here, let me just give you guys a little lore. So when planning my week here, 7 days, 7 years of streaming, I decided to do a gaming focused theme, if you will, for this year's celebration. But I wanted it to be in the hands of chat. I wanted today to be about the community and about all of you having agency over what we do this week. And that's what you're voting on. And you're going to be voting all week, and you're going to be voting the day ahead. Today's the only exception. So in a little bit, in about an hour, we're going to activate our first straw poll of the week, and you'll be able to vote for tomorrow's afternoon game. And then I'll reveal what tomorrow's streamer's pick game is the morning of the stream. So you're not going to get to know what streamer's pick is until I wake up that morning. So there's some of them that are going to be obvious, like Stardew Valley. I already revealed that one. Today is Animal Crossing GameCube. So there's going to be a little bit of mystery here during the broadcast, just to kind of keep things fun. And you won't get to know the streamer's choice, but you will know what the chatter's choice is, because you'll be able to access the poll and the results and all that stuff here. It'd be fun. It'd be fun. No corrupted poll this time, but I did tell the chat earlier, later this week, some of the polls are going to be corrupted polls where you can use your channel points to vote more than once. Stay tuned. This week might get a little weird. If Ocarina's chosen, Ocarina is on the voting list later this week, and if it gets chosen, it would be a randomizer of vanilla Ocarina. You're welcome to ask questions. I might not answer them all. So for example, if Wind Waker HD gets chosen, we're starting a brand new playthrough, and we will continue to play it even after this week. But if, let's say, Breath of the Wild gets chosen, then we're going to be loading up my master mode save file and just hanging out and continuing my 100% of it. Maybe even doing some attempts of the Master Sword Challenge on master mode. But let's say that A Link to the Past gets picked. Then A Link to the Past, we could actually start the fan-made game that I wanted to start, Goddess of Wisdom. And then Minish Cap would also just be a fresh playthrough, because I've owed the community Minish Cap since the Zelda Marathon, and we'll start that. So you see there's like, so for example, if we do Sword and Shield, we're actually going to be accessing content that I've never played before on Sword and Shield. So it'll be some brand new experiences for me. So Pokemon and so on and so forth. So I'm not going to always be so giving when it comes to like what we're going to do and how we're going to interact with the games. That is a part of the mystery. But since you're asking, I just want you guys to get a little bit of an idea of how this is going to work throughout these next couple weeks. And again, this is about the viewers choosing. I want to give y'all some agency, and I want you to I want you to be able to comfortably say, you know, I got my vote in on what Hylian Descent's playing. Now, obviously with polls, it is dictated by the minority in the room, and that's what I want. I want the chat as a collective to come to a decision about what game we're playing. And don't be afraid to start marketing what games you want, you know? Don't be afraid to start campaigning for the game you want to see as we get forward in this journey and we open up the straw polls for the coming days. You know, it's going to be up to all of you to collectively decide what games we're going to play outside of corrupted polls for the channel point enjoyers. It's going to be up to us as a collective to figure this out. So it's going to be fun, man. I'm having a blast with this so far. So get your votes in. And now the other thing that I haven't said, but I think it's obvious here, right? The other thing I haven't said is chat's choice day 2. So the one thing I haven't said is that, but it's obvious, I am the one who's picking the list of games that you guys are voting from. And I just want you guys to know like where that list might have came from. So I'm actually just creating the straw poll now so we have it ready before we go forward with more Animal Crossing. So this list, I went over the past couple weeks, y'all. I went on a couple websites that aggregate information about my stream. And I proceeded to collect as much data as I could about every single game I have played over 7 years. And I'm going to use the same list to update our game list here soon. And I even have when I played them, the year I played them, and everything. And I went through and I created a list of about 20 games from every year. And then I boiled it down to a list of 5. And that's what you're voting on. It's intense. It was hard. And I chose not only the games that I liked the most, but the games that were the most popular, the games that were the most iconic, the playthroughs that were the most intense, the playthroughs that had us on the edge of our seats, but also the games that mean everything to our community and the foundation we've built on. And I created these lists, 5 games per day, 7 days, and you're all voting on those. It's a beautiful journey here. And some days are going to be easier than others. You know, some days are going to be like, oh, okay, there's not many good choices here, so everyone's going to obviously choose blank. But this is where corrupted polls come in. If you guys don't know what a corrupted poll is, all right? A corrupted poll is when a corrupted poll is when people can use channel points to vote and for multiple votes. So let's just say I make the corrupted poll where you can spend 1,000 channel points to get a second vote. Right? Let's just say that, right? And then you could use your channel points and you can spam to make something happen that you want to happen. So not only are we going for the collective voice, we're also going to be having some days where you all can go nuts with channel points and you can have a lot of fun doing some corrupted style voting and like really like have some fun here. So I'm going to be doing my best to have the straw polls be a part of this for YouTube, but I just want YouTube to know that if I want to do corrupted polls, it does have to be on Twitch. So some stuff you might want to jump over if you haven't made a Twitch account. If you want to participate in the fun stuff, you know, some stuff might have to be done on Twitch. I should have said that earlier. I made a mistake. Earlier I said that straw polls from here on out. That's actually not true because I just realized if I want to do a corrupted poll this week or 2, those ones would have to be on Twitch as well. So just a heads up on that. But for now, I will be doing straw polls when necessary. So real quick though, I could also allow people to select multiple, which is 6. So like on straw poll, I could give everybody, you know, 2 votes instead of 1, which is awesome. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right, allow comments. All right. Results will not be public. They'll be public after the voting. All right. Custom designs. All right, I think we're good here. We'll start this later. We'll activate this straw poll in a little bit. Let's go ahead and play some more Animal Crossing. 20 seconds left. 20 seconds left here, and it looks like the winner by 14 votes is Zelda, which means we are going to a second vote here today for The Legend of Zelda. And that does change a little bit of what we're going to be offering tomorrow here. I'm not going to say anything else, but let's see what y'all vote on here for Zelda today. Let's see here. You know, one of the things that inspired me to do this is because not too long ago, I made a comment on stream and I said that, you know, as a streamer, I don't think that many people enjoy Zelda as much as like I would like. We had like a long conversation and I was like, you know, the truth is that Zelda is not the most popular game, so it's always been a game that's not always the strongest for me as a streamer. And when I was setting up this week for us, I decided to challenge all of you. Because a lot of people in the chat were like, nah, man, I love Zelda. Well, Zelda fans, this is your week. because Zelda could very well be an option to vote for multiple days this week. And if the Zelda fans want to show themselves, then show yourself. Like, show me. Show me. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I do have a stronger Zelda audience than I realize. And this is going to be your week to show me otherwise. Because I don't know, man. Maybe I misspoke. Maybe I misspoke. Maybe I did misspeak. Maybe I do have a stronger Zelda audience than I really understand. And I thought that this could be a fun way to kind of see just how often Zelda does get chosen this week. Because it's there a couple times. I'm not going to put it in front of your faces every day because that might be boring, but it's there a couple times. So, all right, which Zelda game do you guys want to see me play? The poll's up. This one we can go on YouTube, though, all right? I'll pull this one up on YouTube because there's only 4 options. So I got y'all. Which Zelda game would you like to see here? Wind Waker HD. We would be playing the HD version on my Wii U, just to be clear. A Link to the Past is ALTTP, for those that don't know what that stands for. A Link to the Past is ALTTP. All right, there's your poll right there for y'all. All right, here's the 4 Zelda games that represent my first year of streaming. The only one that's not on there is Twilight because I played it recently. I didn't want to play it again. These are the 4 Zelda games that represent my first year of streaming right here. Get your votes in. What do you guys want to see me jam out on today? What do you guys want to see me jam out on today?
7 years, gang.
I feel fresh as a daisy in the morning, Slurp. Oh, she got the Slurp tag now. All right, let's give her Pokemon Pikachu. Thank you, Smitty, for 7 years. Happy 7 years. Thank you for the 5 months, Smitty, baby. Appreciate you. So I'm not going to tell you exactly how I'm going to be engaging with all of these games. Some options I'll be restarting. Some options I'll be just loading up an old save file. I don't want to give you guys too much information. I do think it's fun to leave some stuff unsaid, but I already revealed it earlier. Minish Cap will be a new playthrough. A Link to the Past will likely be a fan-made game. Breath of the Wild will be the continuation of an old playthrough, which is my Master Mode playthrough that I'm trying to 100%, and we'll play it on the glorious Switch 2 edition. And then Wind Waker HD will be a brand new playthrough as well that we will continue over the next couple weeks because I've been itching to play that game anyways. So if I would have chosen Zelda, I would have chosen Zelda if Pokemon Sword and Shield wasn't there. Yeah, I don't blame you. Don't worry though. Sword and Shield will show up again. And we'll leave it at that. Sword and Shield will show up again because Sword and Shield was released in 2019, but it was the only Pokemon game we played through all of 2020. So Sword and Shield does have another chance again later this week. I will go ahead and reveal that one. That one's still going to be on the list later this week. And you guys will vote for that here in a little bit for tomorrow. So Sword and Shield lovers, you do have another chance, but it is going to be up against a couple hot tamales. So we'll see if you guys can take the win here. Oh, hey, you got my Pokemon Pikachu back. Sweet. If I had known getting it back was going to be this easy, I'd have gotten it myself. You can have these. Clothes. Okay, nice. A Link to the Past was my first video game. What's up, Gemini? How are you? What's up, Teddy Mackerel? I have played A Link Between Worlds, and we played it on stream, but we lost the VOD. It's also on the list later this week. Good question. I have so much fun with these little events, dude. It's a blast. All right, let's go sell this stuff. I don't think I need it. We were talking about how freaky Conkeldurr is yesterday. Conkeldurr is definitely a freak. Yeah, don't worry. If you see something on the list and it doesn't get voted for, it could show up again.
Hey friends.
It could.
3.5 years already. So glad to be a part of this beautiful community and glad to see OG Animal Crossing H-Day Wiggle.
Oh, you know I love this game. Oh, you know we're out here OG ACing, baby. You know it. I love A Link Between Worlds. Yeah, I'm super sad I don't have that VOD saved. Boom, 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 boom. Wind Waker HD is winning on YouTube right now. Oh, it's getting close, dude. Wind Waker HD is winning on YouTube by a total of maybe 1 or 2 votes. But Breath of the Wild's winning over here on Twitch by a total of 10. So technically, Breath of the Wild is still winning overall right now. Let's see if Wind Waker can take the lead. If we get a couple more votes for Wind Waker on YouTube, and if we get a couple more votes for Wind Waker on Twitch, it could turn the tides. We'll see what happens. I would have picked Zelda, but I haven't seen Sonic Adventure playthroughs in years. I was secretly hoping that Sonic Adventure would get picked, I'm not gonna lie. I have 2 games I'd like to see get picked this morning, and one of them was Sonic Adventure. One of them was Sonic. I was secretly hoping Sonic Adventure would get picked, but I knew if it wasn't a corrupted poll, it wasn't going to happen. I knew it, but I didn't want to start our journey on a corrupted poll. I truly do want to see what the majority of you would have liked for me to play. I wanted to start off today about the viewers, about the collective viewer voice today. And that is whatever y'all vote for here. That it was important to me that we had the collective viewer vote here for the first day and just see what the collective speaks. Why does YouTube not load the chat right away? I don't know. Maybe YouTube's a little weird. What's up? Good morning, though, Blood Raven. Welcome to the show. I voted for Sonic, but Wind Waker HD. Dude, Wind Waker HD is the hotness. I like your choice of your phrasing there. You were curious about Kirby? Yeah, I actually do have the whole Kirby's Adventure playthrough on YouTube, I think. I released it on the Twitch archives. It's the original NES Kirby. It's a super goofy game. It's not too long at all. And if you guys would have voted for Kirby, then we would have filled the rest of the time with Pokopia. So I obviously couldn't have told you that, because then you probably would have voted for Kirby so that you could get more Pokopia content, because I know y'all Pokopians are still out there vibing. So I couldn't have told you that, but Kirby's a pretty short game. So if you would have voted for that, we probably would have did Pokopia after. So, but I couldn't say that. I couldn't ruin the surprise. So that one's a shorty. So anytime that happens throughout the week, I do have some backups. So if you guys vote for a short game, we'll either switch and pivot to Pokopia, or we'll pivot to another game on the list that didn't make the list of 5. Does that make sense? Because I didn't just boil it down from 20 to 5. I actually boiled it down from 20 to about 7. And then I kept a couple in the wings for just in case maneuvers. So yeah, I do have some like backup plans for games in case like something short or something doesn't work, you know what I mean? Like stuff happens, right? So let's see what kind of stuff we got going on here. April Fools, everyone in town will try to trick you with lies and half-truths, so be on guard. Something tells me even Lieutenant Booker has something up his sleeve. Two are flyers, yeah, exactly. Well, 2 minutes left and Breath of the Wild is winning by 8 votes, but Wind Waker is still winning over on YouTube. It's getting heated. 20 votes on YouTube. Wind Waker's still winning by 20%. This is actually tighter than I ever thought it was going to be. We might actually have to do a third vote, or I might have to do some math, which is insane. I don't want to do math. I don't want... Well, I would hate to have to do math. Katrina the Fortune Teller will be here this week. Cool. I did the math. Wind Waker HD wins. All right, so just to drum up some Wind Waker HD hype, I will say that that was the second game I was hoping that would win this morning. But so that I'm not being biased, if it doesn't win, it is an option later in the week that can be voted for again. So there's some biased commentary on both sides of the fence. Do with it what you will. Boom, 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 boom. Wow, Breath of the Wild blew away Wind Waker all of a sudden. Oh, wow. Breath of the Wild blew away Wind Waker last minute. I think BOTW ends up winning here. I think so. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Boom. The poll gets ended. All right, let me go ahead and do what is... Okay, so 15 votes, and then what is 35% of 29? 10 votes. So Wind Waker gets an additional 15 votes from YouTube, which goes up to 52. But Breath of the Wild gets an additional 10, so it goes up to 54. The gap between Breath of the Wild and Wind Waker is large enough that I'm not going to do another poll. If it was within 5 of each other, I would have, but it's not. Breath of the Wild wins. We're going to be playing Breath of the Wild today, the Switch 2 edition. All right, so that'll be our game switch. And what's up, Unipop? Good to see you today, by the way, Uni. So you're saying you want Wind Waker to win? Not quite, but... While you're here, drop a like. Yo, what up, Unipop? All right, Breath of the Wild wins. Now we can go ahead and get our straw poll ready to go here for the next day. I just needed to see what won today. So let me go ahead and... quickly get the straw poll ready. We'll just do all that stuff so we could sit down and game for a bit longer before we game switch. So the poll for tomorrow, we are going to be doing a... do I want this one to be a straw poll or not? Actually, do I want this one to be corrupted? Let me see here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna get rid of this one, and we're gonna get rid of... One second. All right, we'll get rid of this one. This one, I think, is the oddball in the bunch here. All right. We're not going to do a corrupted vote. We're not going to do a corrupted for this one. We'll do a corrupted later this week. I'm trying to find the perfect choice, the perfect day for a corrupted vote to really get everyone super into it. Because, like, there's going to be a day that's really divisive, right? Today was kind of divisive, but not quite. So we're going to save the corrupted vote for a divisive day. All right, so here you guys go. Here is the straw poll. You get to vote on 2 games out of the 5 for the straw poll to make it so you can kind of pick 2 favorites, which I think is super cool. So don't forget that you can actually vote for 2 games, 2 separate games on the list. And I believe I can start it right now. Let me see here. Create poll. All right, share link. All right, here you guys go. And let me share this on YouTube as well. There you guys go. There's the straw poll, and we'll go ahead and we'll pin it here. Vote on tomorrow's chat's choice game. All right, and we'll post this one more time, and then I will pin it to the YouTube chat. Can I do that through this new chat? I cannot. If a moderator could pin that message for me, I would appreciate it. Just for 30, just like for the default 20 minutes. All right, and you guys can get your votes in. So if you guys are already figuring it out, I'm sure all of you are looking at the list of games right now. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal them out loud here. So the list of games for tomorrow, Zelda makes the list again. Zelda makes the list again, and tomorrow's list of Zelda games, you know, actually, I might be able to edit the poll and put the list of games in there. Let me do that real quick. All right, cool. We can do that really quick. Yes, I can fit all of that in there. Oh man, I love straw polls so much more. All right, cool. So Zelda, Skyrim, Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town, Pokemon Sword and Shield, or Paper Mario Origami King, which would be a fresh playthrough of Origami King. We haven't played it in years. So go ahead, get your votes on. You cannot see the results until it's over. That's on purpose. You can pick two things. You can vote for two if you want, but you don't have to. Do I have it to where you have to choose two? Let me check. I'll fix that for you. Range between 1 and 2. Okay, I fixed it for you guys. There you go. So you can vote for 1 to 2 if you want. Your choice. So you can vote for up to 1 to 2 options. And yeah, here you guys go. Pretty eclectic list here. Pretty eclectic list here. I think this one's going to be a little bit fun, but also when I do these real eclectic lists, it's like it's easy for certain things to win because it's not up against the titans that are like, you know, it's not up. It's like it's easy for something like Zelda to win if it's up against something like Skyrim, because obviously my audience likes Zelda. So, and that's okay, because again, the whole theme for this whole next 7 days is viewers' choice. You all have the agency of seeing your or choosing the games. Yeah, excuse me. Sorry, do you guys need a new link? Are you guys good, or do you need a new link? You can see the results. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I meant to have it to where you couldn't see the results, but that's fine. That's not a big deal. I'll fix it up. Do you guys need a new link though, or are you guys good? Can somebody click the link and check? Because I can do live edits. You just might have to refresh. Okay, sick. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. I thought it was just a refresh. All right, cool. Just making sure. All right, cool. All right, I did hide the results from here on out. So you guys did see the early results, but now they're hidden. So sorry, punks. I misclicked. I thought I chose you can't see the results, but I chose you can see the results after you vote. Which actually, I don't mind that. That's the thing. I just don't like when you can see the results before you vote, because people naturally feel like they're throwing their vote away if they know something is losing. And I hate that, but that's what people do, man. They'll see that something's losing and they'll be like, oh, I don't want to vote for that. So that's why I don't want you to see the results before you vote. That's all I care about, to be honest. I don't mind if you guys see the results after the vote. You know what I mean? Like, that's not that big of a deal. I just want to make sure that people are voting with their heart, which is like, what do you want to see me play? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want people to vote with their heart. Also, I misspelled remake wrong. I said remake'll. All right, sick. Get your votes in. The straw poll is ready to go. I'm going to copy and paste this and put this in my notepad. All right, I got my votes in. What did you guys think I voted for? I got my votes in. What do you guys think I voted for? You voted for Friends of Mineral Town and Wind Waker HD. Not a bad guess. Not a bad guess. I only voted once. I didn't want to have too much say in it, so I just put one vote in. Would you ever play Monster Hunter Stories 3? I don't know, maybe. I would probably start with the originals first, though. if I ever did play those games. All right, let's enjoy some more ACGC because we were distracted for the last 45 minutes. And then we'll game switch here in a little. Skyrim on what system? I don't know. I mean, I own it on Steam already, so I'll probably just play it on Steam, you know? But I could buy the Switch version if I wanted to, if they're not charging $60 for it. Hi, YouTube chat. Yo, what's up, Nembo Tavi? Hey. Nice, we got some jobs done for Tangy, which is awesome. In this town, we're still paying our debt off. So we have some bells to go do that. In this town, we're still paying our debts off here. All right, we have to mail some fossils out. Let's go grab our money and do some debt paying. We're getting pretty close to paying off our full debt in this game, though. What's the quick button to transfer stuff? I think there's a button to just like pick up something and transfer it. Oh, you just click take out. Okay. Yo, what's up, Elijah? How you doing today? I'm not going to see the Super Mario Galaxy movie until it comes to streaming, and then we're going to do a little movie night for it, maybe. Which would be pretty cool. Oh, also, we have a movie night planned for this week. Oh, I forgot to set up the event for it. Yo, Cozy, would you mind setting up a movie night event for us? Would you mind doing that for the Animal Crossing movie? Let's go ahead and aim for Friday or Saturday. Saturday seemed to be a little bit better for people. Let's do Saturday. If you have a second, Cozy, if you're busy, no worries. I can take care of it. But you've usually been pretty okay with doing that for me in the past, so. Mute stamp on my Cloud Island. I'll be over later. Yeah, there's an Animal Crossing movie that never made it out of Japan that we're gonna watch in the Discord. Yeah, we're gonna do it this week as a part of our festivities for 7 years of streaming. That'll be $50. All right, send me your PayPal account. What? You gotta pay for good help, you know? We got some good mods around here. What's currently happening on stream, but unrelated, but there's a small an event happening in Pokopia, yeah. Rain, sleet, snow, or hail, we'll deliver what you mail. All right, nice. Now that we got our first set of polls and stuff out of the way, the rest of the week is going to be a lot smoother. Because I had to just kind of explain everything and kind of get the pace for the week set. So now that we got that out of the way, we could take a deep breath. I think my cat went to sleep finally. I say finally just because it's late for her to be up. But she can come hang out with me anytime she wants. What's the game lineup today? So the chat just voted for Zelda Breath of the Wild. We will be playing Breath of the Wild next. Chat just voted for Breath of the Wild. And we're going to load up our master mode save file and continue our journey for hunting down all the Koroks and just relax in the world in general. Your letters are a riot. I always laugh my pants off. Do you like classical? I love it. It's totally brilliant to rock to. That's the end of my letter. Take care, Poco. Cute. I played through Mario Galaxy on the Switch, and I agree. It wasn't as smooth as the Wii, but it was fun. It was still very playable. We did it on stream not too long ago. All right, let's go get our fossils identified. We're down to 425,000 bells to paying off our debt, which is awesome. How's the kitty? She's doing very well. Yeah, she's pretty much just completely getting comfortable, exploring the house, completely getting comfortable in her new little home. Still kind of skittish around feet and walking around. She's still not sure what to expect when I stand up. Oh, she's hearing me talk about her. What's up, baby? She just living her life. I'm still trying to get her to eat a little bit better. I wouldn't say that she's eating bad. So I got some information from the Pound, and I called them about her, and I gave the Pound an update. I took your guys' advice. I called her the Pound, and I gave him an update on how she's doing. And I set up her vet appointment. It's a little far out. It's not until the first week of May, but it was the best date I could get for the Pound nearby. So we got a date set, and I kind of wanted it to be farther out because I didn't want her to be too pissed off at me by putting her inside of a box, you know? So we got the vet appointment set up. I called the Pound and I told them everything that I just said to you about the vet appointment and stuff, and they were super happy to hear from me. And then I asked for some advice with food, so they gave me a bunch of awesome advice on how food works and like what I should expect from her. And then they gave me the most comforting thing ever. They were like, it sounds like she's eating when she's hungry, and that's all that matters. So you're good. You did your job. So, because I was worried that I was like reading online, and I'm petting her, by the way. It's why I keep moving away. So I'm like reading online, and I'm like trying to figure out, how many calories she should have, all this stuff. And this lady just gave me peace of mind because she was just like, at the end of the day, if she's eating when she's hungry, you're good. Like that's what matters the most, that she's eating when she's hungry. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like it was just put to me in such a simple way where it was just peace of mind. I was like, yeah, that's exactly what's happening. She just eats when she's hungry, and that's totally chill, you know? And she wants all of the pets. Oh, you're such a little sweetie. Okay, I'm going back to play my game now. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we'll get a cat cam in the future. No, I don't have a way to show y'all her right now. I apologize. Oh, let's do Saturday, and let's do 4 p.m. ET. That's 10 p.m. for European. Let's do 5 p.m. 5 p.m. for the movie night. So that'll be a little bit later for Europe, but not too late for America. And then PST, 2 p.m. on a Saturday is not terrible, right? Yeah. I unfortunately don't have a camera set up. This is the first time she's ever walked into my office while streaming, y'all. Ooh, multiple mysteries in stone. How exciting. My soul is aflutter. Now I shall expose their secrets. I see. Incredible. Woohoo. I love that we can do multiple fossils at once in this game. Indeed. Those were no small feat to identify. Every small chip tells a unique story. What? Oh my apologies. I was thoroughly engrossed. I shall return the specimens to your care. Ooh. All right. Yeah, so yeah, she this is her first time walking in the stream, so I just don't have like an extra camera laying around for her. But I'll take care of y'all. Like I said, at the end of the stream, I'll grab one of the cooking cams from the kitchen, and I will set it up on the side, and I can just grab it and like point it at her. And we can do that if she's gonna make a habit of this, you know. All right, nice. Let's go and find some parchment so we can get some deliveries made here. I'm recovering from my wisdom teeth. I've been sleeping and listening to the stream. I was voting for Wind Waker in my dream. Well, good on you, because that's what should be voted for. Cats love to be able to see whatever you're doing. Yeah, I've noticed. Yo, thank you, Sparkle Jam. 7 years of streaming today. Can you guys believe it? 7 years of streaming. This week we're celebrating the whole week. Technically, my stream anniversary is March 25th, y'all. But I decided years ago to go with the first week of April because I got my affiliate within 7 days of streaming, and the affiliate date just feels like a good day to celebrate. Kind of like a middle ground. So we celebrate our partnership in February, and then we celebrate our stream anniversary in April. Tomorrow's my 7th year with my fiance. Nice. Aw, nice. A little adjustment to the command. I love it. Nice. Wonderful. Yeah, she's doing very well. We do have pictures shared in the Discord. You can find them pinned under the pets channel. I did build her cat tower. I just need to get some dry catnip so I can start trying to get her to use it. And then I built her a window. I have her like a little window bed that's like attached to the window. You gonna be playing Champions next week? I'll be checking out Champions next week for sure, yeah. At some point. When's it come out? I don't even know. Cheeto's doing much better. Aw, thank you. Nightbot updated and I lost access to the website. Okay, we could take care of that here in a little bit. If you want access now, I'll take care of it now, but we can do it later if you're okay with that. Yeah, the only problem with this little window seat is that I noticed that it leaves the window technically open by a little bit, which is fine, but it's pretty chilly today. So I'm going to go use the restroom and get some water really quick. And because I'm out of coffee, I think. And then we're going to refresh ourselves and then we're going to play some more games. So I'm going to leave y'all here for just a couple minutes, but let's get used to taking healthy breaks this week because we could be streaming some longer days, maybe not crazy long. So here, we'll throw up some words on stream for a minute, but we're not going to play too long. So don't get too committed to this. And you guys can play on YouTube as well. You just have to scan the QR code, I think. But yeah, don't get too committed. I'm not going to be going long. I'll be right back. I'm going to wait for it to start up. Seems like it's taking forever to start up nowadays. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you can play by entering the QR code, I believe. Hold on a second. Autopilot. All right, I'll be right back. All right, one more, and then I'm back. You guys can do one more. I'll skip it along here. Thanks for your patience. I'll be right back. Just gotta grab my water now. All right, nice. We hit that noon song. Do 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 do. Yeah, hope you're doing well today, Loud Boys. Good morning, bud. Do 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 do. All right. Nice. Y'all were killing it. Y'all were killing it out here. Holy heck. None of this. Look at y'all destroying it. Words with friends. Words on stream. Oh, nice. Thank you, Officer Jennifer. Yeah, I built it, and like the window is still like slightly open. I actually just went to close it because it's cold, man. And that's right where she likes to sleep. So I turned the heat up a little bit more and I closed that window because I didn't even think about that. I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's why she's a little bit annoyed because her usual sleeping spot was a little extra chilly today. All right, nice. Thank you, everybody. Yo, thank you, Bree. I appreciate that. Doom, doom, doom. Bow, 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 bow. Just catching this. I'm just looking for people here who stuck around during the break. If you did stick around during the break, please let me know. Sound off on the chat if you would like to say hello to us. But I'm just going to gift a couple little subs out here as a way to say thank you. Thanks for hanging out. It's very important to be able to take breaks as a streamer. And while I'll be the first person to tell you that it's not my favorite thing to do, I like to keep the flow of my show going. I do like to say thanks. And sometimes saying thanks with a gifted sub is way cooler than saying thanks in any other way. And I hope you enjoy 30 months of emotes. Will it be modded? Probably not. I haven't put that much thought into Skyrim if it wins. But I'll tell you, it'll probably be a fresh playthrough, and it'll be the first time we ever played Skyrim on the channel. You know, I'm not much of a modding gamer though. Like, just to be clear, I am a pretty vanilla gamer, so I usually just do unofficial patches with Skyrim. Ow! Yo, Layla. With a 9-monther. Oh, did I say 30 months? I meant to say 30 days. 30 days of emotes. Imagine if you could gift a 30-monther. You know, I think Twitch recently added the option for someone to gift 1,000 subscriptions. Oh, no. Not 1,000. Here's what it is. There's now an option in gifting subs where you gift every single person who's watching the stream who doesn't have a sub. There's an option now, I think. I think it's only rolling out to like certain people, but they're like releasing an option where you gift everybody who's watching the stream without a gifted sub. Yeah, it's crazy. It's kind of wild, dude. It's like, holy heck, could you imagine, man? Just jamming out to the music and vibing. Nice. What's up, Kenzie Chronic? Good to see you back. Yeah, there are some sick mods for Skyrim. Yeah, there definitely is. I've never been a big modder, but I know that the modding scene for Skyrim is thick. Can we find some more fruit to sell? Here we go. You don't know how many you're gifting until you've committed already. Isn't that crazy? That's kind of crazy to me. That blew me away that they were releasing something like that. Boom, 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 boom. Millionaires bopping in. It's my birthday tomorrow. Yo, cool Stardew, man. Happy early birthday, bud. Yeah, Skyrim has some awesome stuff going on in it for sure. Bum, bum, bum. Holy heck. Dude, honestly, the poll for tomorrow is pretty tight right now. The top 3 are relatively close to each other. I was not expecting it to be a tight race. I thought, at least not out of these two. This is a pretty tight race, y'all. You can get your votes in. Here, let me go ahead and get you a link for tomorrow's game. For those just tuning in, we are celebrating 7 years of streaming right now, and that means that we are celebrating, that we're going to be playing, rather, 7 years of streaming. We're going to be streaming for 7 days, celebrating a different year every day, essentially. And I'm creating, curated list of games, and then the chat's voting from that list, because my kind of central theme for everything I've done for this year and the 7 year is all of you. It's about you. It's about the community that has called this place home for all these years. And I wanted to give you agency over what I play. I wanted to give you all, some say in what we do this week. And while it's in my heart, it's a pretty casual celebration. I'm not going too crazy. I just wanted to do something fun, and I felt like from the very beginning of my journey, it's always been about the games above everything else. We game here at the Hyrule Gaming Group, right? So I wanted to do something gaming focused, and then I wanted to do something chat focused. And this is what I came up with, a fun system where every day you're going to be voting for the next day's game. But that's the chat's choice. Streamer's choice is still going to be something that I do. So every morning when you tune into the broadcast, for the first 4 to 6 hours, I'm going to be playing the streamer's choice game. Today, that's Animal Crossing GameCube. And then after that, in the afternoon, we'll be switching over to chat's choice. And the only difference is that I am the one who's creating the list of games for chat to vote from. But you should all know that the list was created based off of all of the games I played on the channel that year. So today is 2019. And everything I played in 2019 is pretty much available for voting. Well, it was when the list was 20 games long. But then I had to take that list down from 20 and I had to cut it into 5. And this was tough to do. I did this for, in all sorts of different ways. I chose games that were the most popular, the games that had the most viewership, the games that had the most followers, the games that I liked the most, the games that hit the hardest, the games that had the best story, like whatever. So, and I got it down to a list of 5. And the one thing I want to say is that if you don't see a game on the list and you were here for that era and you ask yourself, why is it not here? It could be a streamer's choice later. The only streamer's choice that I've revealed is Stardew, for this example right here. Streamer's choice is not going to appear for chat's choice. I'm not going to cross those worlds. I'm going to make it to where we're doing new stuff all week. So that being said, Stardew Valley is something that we're doing later this week. Guaranteed. It's a streamer's choice game. I chose it. It's for later this week. I think it's like Saturday or something. I don't remember. So you don't have to vote for that. Now, Stardew was a big part of my stream for every year except for 2021. So what am I going to do? Put Stardew on the list for every year? No. So the way I curated this list, it took a lot of thought and effort, and I tried to build some systems to make it fair, but also, interesting. And I have some plans for some of the games that don't get voted for. And I didn't want to say this, but when I was using the restroom, I decided I will go ahead and throw a little bit of a plug here. Every vote matters, because let's just say that stuff outside of first place is taking into account for some stuff as the week progresses. And I'm not going to say anything else. But like, just know that your vote matters. So vote for what you want to see, because that will help potentially get the game in front of your eyes that you want to see. Even if it's not today, your vote still matters, right? So all of you that voted for Sonic Adventure gave Sonic Adventure a leg up for later this week. And we'll reveal more of our fun little systems and stuff as the week progresses, and you'll learn more about what I'm saying. So I just wanted to give y'all some excitement to think about. I wanted you to be excited about voting. I don't want you to be disappointed if the game you vote for doesn't fit. However, the whole goal of this is to have one collective chat voice decide. And the best way to do that is polls. And we do have some fun corrupted polls we're going to be getting into later this week. We're also going to be doing a Marbles Day, where one of these days, we're going to let a winner of Marbles on stream choose the game that we play. So between Marbles, between a potential corrupted poll or two, there's a really good chance that we're going to have some fun this week. It's not going to just be the most popular game. You know, that's the thing I wanted to avoid, because I know my community. And I could probably tell you every game that could potentially win before you guys even vote, because I know my community. I knew that Zelda was a really shoo-in today. I mean, especially with what it was up against. But I was hoping that maybe the Sonic stands would stand up, or, you know, maybe there would be an outlier that I wasn't expecting. And I think I'm going to be surprised for some of these days. I think you are all already surprising me with your votes. And I think I'm going to continue to be surprised for sure. But I do have a rough idea of like what games are likely to win, you know? So I've tried to curate these lists in a way that's fair, but also in a way that truly represents what you all want. You know, it's like, if that's the game that we played in 2023, that's the game that we're gonna let you vote on. And if it ends up being another Zelda game, or if it ends up being a different Animal Crossing game, like for example, you better believe Wild World and City Folk are on the list later this week. Right? Like, you better believe, you know what I mean? Like, so it's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can vote at the link that's pinned to the top of the chat. And if it's not pinned there anymore, I'll quickly do edit com space ! Poll. And then I'll link the command here. Just so we just have something here. Yeah, you can repin. That's okay. You don't have to worry about it. I don't have like the write up with it anymore. Yeah, whatever. We'll just use a command. That's totally fine. Yeah, chat's choice game. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun. It's not gonna all be votes. So, you know, I had somebody make a comment earlier. They were like, oh, so we're gonna be playing farming sims all week. And it's like, no. Like, there wasn't even a farming sim on today's vote. So like, don't worry. Like, I'm thinking about how to make this fun and interesting and not let the minority voice only be stuff that we play regularly. I'm gonna make you guys make some hard decisions some days. That's what I'm trying to say. There's gonna be some hard decisions out there as the week progresses. It's gonna be tough, dude. And I'm just gonna sit back and hope and see what y'all end up coming up with, you know? You named yours Totodile starter Hylian. I love it. You better treat him well. He's gonna become a big boy. All right. Commands are dope. Heck yeah, they are. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, dang, I don't have my gum in here. After I already sat down. All right, we'll go get some gum later. Hard decisions, like which crop do we plant today? All right, let's go ahead and pay off some more of our loan. And let's get it down 25% here, or 25,000, I mean. All right. 400,000 left to go. I think I have a streamer's choice for multiplayer this week. I think it's Saturday. It's either Friday or Saturday. I think it's Saturday. I have a multiplayer streamer's choice. So Saturday morning, I'm actually only telling you all this because I want you guys to put time aside. But this Saturday morning, streamer's choice is Mario Kart World, Mario Kart Jamboree, and Mario Golf. So that's a lot of games for only a 4 to 6 hour window. So I might be streaming all the way up until movie night on Saturday. So like Saturday is going to be a weird day because we're going to have to figure out how to fit a lot of game, but Mario Kart World for sure. So this Saturday morning, Mario Kart World for sure. And then maybe some Jamboree or maybe some golf. So yeah, I'm just giving you all a heads up. I've already chosen Saturday morning for my choice, streamer's choice is multiplayer games because I wanted to force a multiplayer day in the mix because I think it's important to the community. Yeah, Mario Kart World just got an update. I saw that. So we'll start with World and then maybe we'll switch to golf if we have some golfers or some Jamboree. And it'll be a lot of fun. We'll get at least a couple rounds in, you know? ZA battles, dude. I mean, battles would be a blast. I wouldn't actually be against that at all. I didn't have that planned, but that would be fun. If we have time, we'll slide it in for sure. That would be a blast. Yeah, it's going to be a fun week, man. It's going to be a fun week. Jamboree or Superstars? I put both on the list. I put Superstars and Jamboree on the list. I owe y'all Superstars. I told you guys I would do it a while ago, so I wouldn't be opposed to doing that because I did say I would do it. It's been, and we haven't done it yet. I do owe y'all a Superstars night. I also owe y'all a Mario Kart 8 night, but I think I'm going to take that one back. Sorry, I might have lied. I might take that one back. After the talk earlier today, I think I just want to stick to World. All right, let's go ahead and do our game switch before it gets too late in the day. If you were here for Animal Crossing, don't worry. Don't worry, Animal Crossing will be back in the future.